हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यशोदा। यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरा। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यशोदा। यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। लाउडर प्लीज। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। लाउडर। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। लाउडर। ते हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीडी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र मैया की श्री श्री गौर निताय की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Namam Vishnu Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देव्ये गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे The teacher has all the students as fans, but the students don't have fans, so they should have fans. But if they are too fast, then very noisy. Is this next to this is too noisy? They will be upset with me. What is this? हमारा पंखा ले लिया. अभी हम उड़ेंगे कैसे? पंखा नहीं है तो. If you want, you can increase one, but just noise should not be too much. Are you all okay? Or should we increase? हाँ? हाँ, साधु है सब. ठीक है. आप फोर्सिबली साधु बना रहे हैं. अमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा. On third day only all are switched off. Or maybe fans are required. Huh? Hi, this can tube can be switched on. Or this can be opened. One of the two. So welcome, Hare Krishna. Hmm. Welcome to our morning discussion on Bhakti Vaibhav. We have been discussing from fourth canto, Prathumaras section. Before we start the new chapter, the 15th, any recollection of yesterday's discussion? What was the chapter about? Onkar. Okay. No remembrance? Hmm. Vilasvardhan Prabhu. Vilasvardhan, no? Or you are Vilasvardhan. Oh, sorry. Abhay Govind Prabhu. Hmm. Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Janai. Growth can be purified, anger, by becoming angry on those who are envious of Krishna or his devotees. Yes. Any other point?
Power corrupts, absolute power absolutely corrupts.
Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, who is the example?
Vena.
Vena. Without power only, he had empowered himself in childhood only as the prince. But as he got on the throne, then he got completely corrupted. And then he wanted to literally kill everyone, including the sages and saints also. Stop them from performing yajna, dan, tapa, etc.
When
Narahari?
we
What is the name? Narahari?
Narita Pradas,
Narahari Thakur Prabhu.
when we don't have maturity, then we can use the Shastric examples in a wrong time, in wrong place.
Hmm.
Just like he is using that all demigod resides in my body, so no need to obey the demigods
Hmm.
or I respect demigods. You quoted that Sri Sampradaya story, all explained.
Hmm. Hmm?
Yamunacharya stories, Sri Sampradaya.
Yeah.
And
And there are slokas in the scriptures which say that all the demigods reside in the body of the king. But that doesn't mean that king goes against the demigods. Then what is the point? Yes.
And one point I could recognize that although Brahmana cursed Vena and he died, after that again the rogues and thieves increased.
Hmm.
But that time they did not use their Ogera Hunkar, means they did not use Hunkar
Hmm.
that time. They thought of other solution.
Hmm.
So Brahmana should not be, means that is exception, but Brahmana should not be using his, means that type of power for such kind of act. So
Yeah.
you use example chappal chor, there you give example that
Hmm.
all the
We don't have to beat them. We can catch them. Beating can be done by visitors who will be happy to render some service, Karaseva. I also gave example of Vishwamitra Muni. He was capable of killing all the demons, but he thought, let Ram be empowered. Let his glory be well known all over the world. Yes. Any other? You wanted to say something.
The same one, Prati. The Brahmanas, they could kill just thieves and rogues,
Hmm.
but generally they wanted that king should do the duty.
Hmm.
It is not their duty to
Yes.
get into administration line because
Hmm. So
that is.
saints and sages, they stay aloof from politics, but they are concerned about the well-being of people. When they find a political party or whatever is going completely wrong direction, then they may do something about it. They are not just neutral in that sense.
And sages, they preach boldly. Just like when they were instructing King Vena, they were telling that actually Supreme Lord is the all proprietor. You have to satisfy him, not
Mm.
that you are the proprietor.
Mm.
So they were not fearing that Vena is also a mischievous person. He might do something, but
Yeah.
their fear. What is the truth? They should be
Yes.
spoken boldly.
Truth is bitter many times. सत्य कड़वा होता है. But teacher, those who are in the teacher's role, like sages and saints here, they have to speak the truth. They cannot be doing chaplacy. Just okay, the king is there, like Shukracharya was doing, because he was concerned that if Bali is dethroned, then I would be also powerless. So, so he was doing some kind of chaplacy. But sages and saints, preachers, devotees are not supposed to do that. Comfort the afflicted and afflict the comforted. If you find the person whom you are preaching to, he's quite comfortable. Ah, chalta hai, बाद में देखेंगे. We'll see bhakti later. So you have to afflict him a bit. You have to tell him death can come at any time. Padam padam yad vipadam na tesham. And like that you can quote very grave, serious subject matter. And somebody is quite afflicted. He is troubled. Two relatives died in an accident, and he himself has terrible health diseases and health problems. So you can comfort him by telling, "Don't worry. Krishna is very merciful. Everybody goes through times of trials and all that, but this phase will pass by. Agama, apaino, anitya, like that." So we have to know how to preach as per time, place, circumstances. Especially, this is very important formula: comfort the afflicted and afflict the comforted. So we all should be careful of that. Don't afflict the afflicted; they will die, and don't comfort the comforted; they will get into super sense gratification. We have to know. Yes, Rupa Sindhu Trivikrampu.
You said nice thing, Guruji, that pride is very dangerous too. Dangerous than lust. He lost giving, not giving any association of devotee, but not pride. Actually, pride so dangerous. He giving away the association of devotees.
Pride takes one away from association of devotees. Think that these are all Kanishta Adhikaris. If not Uttam, at least I'm Madhyam. So I don't need these devotees and all that. I know everything. So pride is very dangerous. I know, I know everything. It's very dangerous. For brahmachari, this is all the more dangerous because everywhere Prabhupada writes brahmachari, in bracket he writes student life. Student means vidyarthi. Vidyayam arthayate iti vidyarthi. One who is always seeking knowledge, learning. So when you say I know everything, finished. Your vidyarthi life is over, isn't it? And then you are no more a brahmachari then. Very dangerous. So pride takes one away from devotees. If you want details, you can attend tomorrow and day after tomorrow brahmachari class by His Grace Ram Bhadra Priya Prabhu. Also Saturday, Sunday, 6 hours. Seminar on today? Oh, really changed. Okay. Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like that. So dangers of avoiding, dangers of Vaishnava Aparadha. Like that. On the contrary, lust is better in that sense. One becomes humble, isn't it? So just like after cursing, the sage becomes humble. His power is gone, no? So semen is the power of the man. So when he loses it, he becomes humble. Lord Shiva also, how much he was running behind Mohini Murti. But when he lost semen, he became humble. So that is the thing. Anybody who has sex, he loses semen, and then he's completely, because 64 drops of blood mix into one drop of semen, and in sexual activity one loses lot of particles, a lot of drops of semen. So he becomes powerless. His mental energy, intellectual energy, physical energy, everything is drained out. Mm. So lust makes one humble, and pride makes one lose humility. So that way, lust is better than pride, but that doesn't mean that lust is better. But basically, at least Vaishnava Aparad will not be there that much to lust attack. There may be Jiva Aparad. We may go behind the object of for satisfying the lust. One may run behind some Jiva, and that may lead to Jiva Aparad. But at least Vaishnava Aparad will be avoided. Yes, Krishna Kirtan Prabhu. Ah, yeah. Pride is the subtle fall down. What follows is gross fall down. It's just a detail. The moment we become proud and we condemn, we criticize some senior, some great soul, some pure devotee, that moment, very moment, our condemnation has begun.
Sages section you said also like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also approached Supreme Personality as Supreme Personality of Godhead. He approached Guru.
Hmm. So any times of confusion, we should approach superiors. Though he is all-knowing, Sarvagya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but when he started chanting the holy name as per the guidance of his guru, his bodily hair stood up, tears were coming incessantly from eyes, and he was rolling on the ground, going crazy. So he went to Guru and asked, Kiba mantra dila gosai, Kiba tarabal, japite mana, korila pagal. What kind of mantra you gave? What kind of strength it has? Please tell me. Now, what should I do? And this, Sujan says, this is perfection. The Prabhupada writes there. How disciples should approach Guru or some senior in times of confusion. Yes.
You also said, Guruji, that if you want to give up this pride, then solution is Dambam Mahadupasyat.
Hmm.
So when we go near the great souls, then we become humbled. Their association.
Jaharani kate gele পাপ দূরে যায় এমন দয়ালা প্রভু কে বা কোথা পায় just by going close to a pure devotee all the sinful reactions they go flee far away. Where could there be more merciful personality than such a pure devotee? So we should. Did not say Dambam Madhuba. Narad Muni says. I repeat it to Yudhishthir Maharaj. In that section, what is going on in temple, 11 to 15 chapter, for many of the anarthas, asankalpa jayat kamaha. By being firmly resolved, I will not go for sex life, cross physical sexual activity. So by being determined, one can conquer lust. Like that, many tips are given. You can read there. Narad Muni is telling Yudhishthira Maharaj. So one of the things he says is Dambam Mahadupasaya. False pride can be conquered by serving great souls. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Vyakti Bhagavata Sevaya. Grantha Bhagavata also, but Vyakti Bhagavata. Any other? Who is there online? Huh? Parjanya Priya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Huh? Who?
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Suniti. Yeah.
Like the body of it.
Not Suniti, Sunitha.
Sunitha.
Suniti was mother of Dhruva. This
Sunitha.
is Sunitha. Not from South India, but TH is there. Yes.
Or else generally they immediately they would have done it.
Yeah. But Lord's plan prevails. Let thy will be done, Lord, not mine. Our plan doesn't work. So nobody knew. Anybody else, there's so many men there, they could have thought of that option, but only she thought. And ladies don't have superior role in such kind of death and all that, they're supposed to be behind. When the body is taken also, ladies come only up to threshold of the house. They don't even come outside the gate and all that. What to speak of crematorium. But here, Sunita took leading role, and that was the saving grace. The Pruthu could come out from that body. So this is how Lord inspires different individuals to do something which might appear strange and not what you call regular. It may appear irregular, but eventually it will be proved to be regular and not strange, but the real thing that was required.
The concept of consciousness is also discussed that a mother, although it is a great lineage, the mother is not from a good background, means the death personified is a grandfather. So that consciousness came in Ven Maharaj.
Yes.
So that was discussed that although we may be having good piety, but if the consciousness is not right, then
Yes.
soul will not be in our upright consciousness.
Yes. And even at the time of conception also it matters. That we did not discuss yesterday. Like Kashyap and Diti. Both were great souls. But the consciousness was not proper for Diti that time. She was not wrong. She was not going to another man. She went to her husband only. Husband is only supposed to have physical union with wife and give her child. But the time was wrong. And then when he told us philosophy that this is not right time, Diti. We'll do it later. But she said, no, no, not now only. She started pulling his dhoti and all that. And then he was also not very strong in his practice, mm, yoga practice. So then he succumbed. And then the consequence was very dangerous. Rakshasas or demons, Daityas were born. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So there are many factors in that sense. Yes, any other?
You are telling regarding why that in the same lineage that continued, that father and then son continued that. Because in that Tejas, Guna and Karma also comes with that lineage only.
Yes. So very amazingly, they removed the bad karma through Bahuka, isn't it? He was very black-bodied and Nishad also. He was made the in charge of all the Nishad community. So the negative part is that death personified, Sunitha side bad portion is removed. Now what is coming in the next chapter is the best portion. That Dhruva's pure lineage that is coming up. Any other?
You also told Prabhuji that Brahmana is peaceful and impartial, equal to everyone. You recite a story that Brahmana is sitting in the forest and brother running in cow killing. That reaction he get.
That was told in which context?
Brahmans should not neglect the poor humans.
Poor
human beings.
Human beings. Hmm? Hmm. Yes. Very bold. Pandurang Sharan Prabhu ki jai. Yes. So we'll proceed, or anything bubbling in your heart you want to speak? Huh? Parjanya Priya Prabhu. What, he wants to say something? Where is he?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Are you able to hear me?
Tower of rain.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Are you able to hear me, Prabhuji?
Huh?
Are you able to hear me?
I could not hear that. Are you able to hear?
So, Prabhuji, one point was which I striked me that
He's increasing the volume.
the one point, Hare Krishna. Now it's okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
आपका आवाज बढ़ाने के लिए उन्होंने मेरा आवाज बंद कर दिया था.
Now Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, आवाज आ रही है?
आपको सुनाई दे रहा है, हमें नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है.
नहीं दे रहा सुनाई. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
You speak now.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare.
हरे हरे राम 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 हरे. या आप नहीं भी बोलेंगे तो आप हमें हरे कृष्णा मंत्र सुनाई देगा.
So the point which struck me that sadhus are busy in their sadhana and all those things, but Prabhupada told that when the government is not good or government is in some problem, so sadhu has to take that role and rectify the government. So this is the point which struck me. Like we are busy in our sadhana, our seva, all those things, but the government is also not up to the mark. So sadhu has to come and take that role and establish the right government.
Yes, good. But you first consult with Madan Sundar Prabhu once. Don't directly go to MLA of Hinjewadi, phase 3, or all 3 phases. Otherwise, 4th phase of our life will begin. Good. Okay, so we'll begin with the 15th chapter, which is King Prithu's appearance and coronation. This is a small chapter of 26 verses. First verse. Maitreya uvacha अथ तस्य पुनर्विप्रैर् अपुत्रस्य महीपतेः बाहुभ्यां मध्यमानाभ्यां मिथुनं समपद्यत. The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, thus the Brahmins and the great sages again churned the two arms of King Venus' dead body. As a result, a male and female couple came out of his arms. Where was Bahuk born from? Thighs. Both the thighs or one thigh? Both? Rice? Right side. Okay. Right thigh was churned and Bahuk was born. Now both the arms are churned and one male and female body came out. Chakradipad writes, the 15th chapter describes the birth of Archi and Pruthu, who appeared from the churning of Vena's arms, Pruthu's coronation, and theft of the offerings. What should the father's lineage and the power of the sacrifice to Vishnu produce? This verse describes the result. Father's lineage should produce purity, the Pruthu is produced, and the power of the sacrifice to Vishnu. Second, तद्दृष्ट्वा मिथुनं जातं ऋषयो ब्रह्मवादिनः ऊचुः परमसन्तुष्टा विदित्वा भगवत्कलाम्. The great sages were highly learned in Vedic knowledge. When they saw the male and female born of the arms of Vena's body, they were very pleased, for they could understand that the couple was an expansion of a plenary portion of Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. They removed all the reactions of King Vena's sinful activities by saying that King Vena first gave birth to Bahuka. So this Archi and whatever, this expansion of course was not Vishnu Tattva, but a specifically empowered expansion of Lord Vishnu known as Avesha. So what is that? Shaktavesh avatar. Prithvi is Shaktavesh avatar. He is not Vishnu Tattva. So there are two types of Shaktavesh avatars. Lord himself also comes, or a jiva is empowered with the potency of the Lord. Here Lord Vishnu's potency has manifest in the body of a jiva, Pruthu. That's why he's very powerful. The administrative potency is invested or is manifest. Pruthu is a Shaktavesh avatar. That is what Vishnu Chakradipati is telling. Portion of the Lord had appeared. Third, ऋषय उचुः एष विष्णोर्भगवतः कला भुवनपालिनी इयं च लक्ष्म्यः सम्भूतिः पुरुषस्यानपायिनी. The great sages said the male is a plenary expansion of the power of Lord Vishnu, who maintains the entire universe, and the female is a plenary expansion of the goddess of fortune, who is never separated from the Lord. Sambhutihi means directly wealth, Lakshmi. Same plane, Vishnu Tattva is one plane. So Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, Vaman, Matsya, they are all Vishnu Tattva. So they are plane, same plane, plenary portion. Kala and Amsha. Amsha is called as plenary portion. The same Lord, as such, Krishna is beyond Vishnu Tattva, but okay, he is also Vishnu Tattva. So the same plane, that is plenary portion called Amsha in Sanskrit. And portion of the plenary portion is called as Kala. So that is then little less than this Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, Vaman, Kurma, Matsya. Then they will be like Shirodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, they are called as Kala. They are expansions of the expansions, like that. Sankarshan is Amsha in that sense, in the Kala. The male is a plenary expansion of the power of Lord Vishnu. Shakti Avesh, na? Kala word is also used. Kala is used here for her. Kala expansion, or for both of them. The technically it will be Kala only, because Amsha will be directly Vishnu Tattva, but he is not Vishnu Tattva, so expansion of the expansion. So that way Kala is used. Fourth, Ayam tu prathamo ragyam पुमान प्रथयिता यशः पृथुर्नाम महाराजो भविष्यति पृथुश्रवः. Of the two, the male will be able to expand his reputation throughout the world. His name will be Pruthu. Indeed, he will be the first among kings. Lot of glorification is being told by Rishis. In the purport, Garuda is the carrier of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva and Ananta are all very powerful incarnations of the Brahman feature of the Lord. Similarly, Sachipati or Indra, the king of heaven, is an incarnation of the lusty feature of the Lord. Aniruddha is an incarnation of the Lord's mind. Similarly, King Prithu is an incarnation of the ruling force of the Lord. Taktavesh avatar, all different Shakti are all explained. Chakratipad writes, the sages churned the arms of Vena. This signifies that the power of the Kshatriyas and the power of the Lord lie in the arms of the Kshatriyas. This verse explains the derivation of Prithu's name. We know that social body in Virata Purusha. Head represents Brahmanas, or from head come Brahmanas, from arms come Kshatriyas, from belly comes Vaishyas, and from legs come Shudras. So churning of arms happen. So thus Kshatriya is born, powerful, ruling potency of the Lord. Fifth, that if remained sections. This is chapter number 15. First 10 are appearance of Prithu and Archi. Fifth one, Iyam cha sudati devi गुणभूषण भूषणा अर्चिर्नाम वरारोहा पृथुम एवावरुन्धति. The female has such beautiful teeth and beautiful qualities that she will actually beautify the ornaments she wears. Her name will be Archi. In the future, she will accept King Pruthu as her husband. Chakratipad writes, she is the ornament of all ornaments and qualities. By her devotion, she will control Pruthu. Chastity is the best quality in a woman. She'll be very chaste. Lakshmi is very chaste. In general, she is called a Chanchala, very flickering. Money doesn't stay in one place for long. So that way, Lakshmi also keeps moving here and there. But one place from where she never moves to another place is lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. She's always there as such. She's very humble. Though the Lord has given her place on his chest in the form of Srivatsa, but she prefers to be at his lotus feet and massage his feet. So her gross body feature is also told. She'll have beautiful teeth. She has already. And subtle body, beautiful qualities. She will beautify the ornaments. Not that ornaments will make her beautiful. She will beautify the ornaments. This is how one should be. Hmm? Yeah. Means immediately not. Muhurta may not be appropriate. Maybe Madas is going on. Something is there because of which immediately they are not able to marry. But in future she will marry. No, no, they are not parents. They are not born from womb. They are born from male body. No female womb here. So that all that those all those uh, logic doesn't work here. Not applicable. Just like Brahma is born directly from male body only. Hmm? Hmm? Anu? Shatarupa. Yeah, like that. Fifth is sixth. Esha sakshad varesh. Eta sakshad harer amsho. जातो लोकरी रक्षया इयं च तत्परा हि इयं च तत्परा हि श्रीर अनुजज्ञे अनपायिनी. In the form of King Prithu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared through a part of his potency to protect the people of the world. The goddess of fortune is the constant companion of the Lord, and therefore she has incarnated partially as Archi to become King Prithu's queen. Rirakshaya should be Rirakshishaya with a desire to protect. Esha Sakshad Harer Amsham is directly the portion of the Lord's potency. Jato Loka Rirakshaya. Jato is born for what? Protecting the people of the world. But he is saying not Rirakshaya, should be Rirakshishaya with a desire to protect. He has appeared with the desire to protect all the people. In purport, last line Prabhupada says, King Prithu was such a Shaktavish avatar of the Lord. Similarly, Archi, King Prithu's wife, was Shaktavish avatar of the goddess of fortune. For some specific purpose, a jiva will be empowered. Kunti is called as success potency of the Lord. He is administrative potency, Prithu. Any other? I think our Parshuramji, destructive potency, destruction potency of the Lord. Like that, different purposes will be there of the Shaktavish avatar, and they will fulfill that purpose. And that will be the prominent feature of their life. Hmm? Other things will be there, but they will not be like this thing. This feature will be so prominent, it will just be very clearly visible. Narad Muni, Bhakti potency of the Lord. Yatush Kumaraj, knowledge potency. Shesha is which potency? Holding, Dharan Shakti. Like that. Seventh one. Maitreya Vacha Prashansanti Sma Tam Vipra Gandharva Pravara Jaguhu Mumuchuhu Sumano Dharaha Siddha Nrutyanti Swastriyaha. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidurji, at that time all the Brahmins highly praised and glorified King Prithu, and the best singers of Gandharva chanted his glories. The inhabitants of Siddhalok showered flowers, and the beautiful women in the heavenly planets danced in ecstasy. Whatever their talents, they offered it all in the service of King Prithu. Sumano Dharaha means shower of flowers. Who showered flowers? The inhabitants of Siddhalok. Mumuchu means released. Sumano Dharaha. Suman means flowers. Dhara means showers. Showers of flowers by the residents of Siddhalok. Siddhas. 8. Shankhaturiya मृदंगाद्या नेदुर्दुन्दुभयो दिवि तत्र सर्व उपाजग्मुर् देवर्षिर्पितॄणां गणः. Conches, bugles, drums, and kettle drums vibrated in outer space. Great sages, forefathers, and personalities from the heavenly planets all came to Earth from various planetary systems. Where did Prutu appear? Any idea? In India? Any holy place related to his kingdom? Not known. Because all came from different planets to Earth. That means he appeared on Earth somewhere. Dhruva was in Bittur, that from Kanpur temple, 15 kilometers. And just nearby only Ganga is there, and also Valmiki Muni's ashram is also Valmiki Muni's ashram. Yeah, Valmiki Muni's ashram is there. Yes, this side, because they were in Ayodhya. Ayodhya, Lakshman took her to Valmiki's ashram. So this ashram is here. That Sita kitchen is there. Sita Rasoi, Love Kush were born and all that. If you go to Kanpur ISKCON temple, you may visit, just 15 kilometers away. So that is 8th, 9th and 10th. Brahma Jagad Gururdevaihi Sahasrutya Sureshwarehi Vainyasya Dakshine Haste Drishtva Chinnam Gada Bhrutah Padayorarvindam Cha Tam Vai Mene Hare Kalam Yasya Pratihatam Chakram Amshah Sa Parameshtinah. Lord Brahma, the master of the entire universe, arrived there accompanied by all the demigods and their chiefs. Seeing the lines of Lord Vishnu's palm on King Prithu's right hand and impressions of lotus flowers on the soles of his feet, Lord Brahma could understand that King Prithu was a partial representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One whose palm bears the sign of a disc as well as other such lines should be considered a partial representation or incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Is not fully Vishnu Tattva, so all things are not there. Yes, majority are not there, but few things are there. Disc and other such lines. Prabhupada says that it has become cheap fashion to accept any rascal as incarnation of God. Currently in India, any God? In the past there, na? Amma and Baba, Sai Baba. Currently, nobody, no? Huh? They wounded up the business. Mumbai. Now currently, no, that is years back many gods were there. That's what he's saying. They wound up the business. Because lot profit is very less nowadays in this business. So they have gone for another business. That Paundrak was there during Krishna's time. So Krishna killed him, Prabhupada says. One should verify. All these signs should be there. Then only they can be bona fide. It should be mentioned in the scriptures. Also, the incarnation should be able to show the pastime of other incarnations also, or the forms of other incarnation. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Virat Vishwarup Darshan also. He showed Varaha form. He showed Balram form, Krishna form. Hmm? Ram form. He's Those who are gone, forget them. 11th one. तस्याभिषेक आरब्धो ब्राह्मणैर्ब्रह्मवादिभिः आभिषेचनिकान्यं स्मै आजगृह सर्वतो जनः. 11 to 20 is coronation of Prutu. Hari bol. Be present for function. That then there will be feast also. The coronation will go on till 4:30. 4:30 there will be feast in two timers kitchen. Be present for the entire function. The learned Brahmins who were very attached to the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies then arranged for the king's coronation. People from all directions collected all the different paraphernalia for the ceremony. Thus everything was complete. For that earlier 10th one, apratihatam means his hand was not different with its other lines also. His hand was not different with its other lines. Something. They may not be able to exhibit, but at least other things, some marks should be there on the palms and soles of the feet. 12th. Sarit samudra girayo naga gavaha khaga mrugaha द्योः क्षितिः सर्वभूतानि समाजरूपायनम्. All the rivers, seas, hills, mountains, serpents, cows, birds, animals, heavenly planets, the earthly planet, and all other living entities collected various presentations according to their ability to offer the king. Whatever we have our best, we should offer in the service of king, in the service of the Lord or Lord's representative, like Guru. If you go anywhere in the world and you find some special thing of that place is there, you should try to purchase it. You can get it freely if it is allowed. If not, you can purchase it and bring it for Radha Vrindavan Chandra. Like that. When I went to Gudivada and from there for Bhagavata contest certificate distribution mainly, not prize distribution, certificate distribution. Our His Grace Raghav Krupa Prabhu had arranged that during marathon with the help of team of devotees. They were all available. As soon as marathon got over in January, not even one available. And he was crying to me because I was Jivdaya in church. I said, don't worry, I will only come with you. So, so he got solace. All brahmachari, book distributor, personified has come, Sundarshyam Das. So we two went. So I asked him because I had not been in that team. I did not know anything there. First time I'm going in life. So then he said, you go to Machilipatnam. For first time in life I heard. I asked him how to go. So he told me by train this thing. Then I went there and said, there what will I do? I don't know any school, nothing. Because I was not in that team at all. So then he said, one Grahastha who helped us, he will come to pick you and he will take you to all the schools. I said, okay. So then I went. So he was having little problem in the leg, handicap. So he had that scooter, I think, that extra. But he was driving that scooter and he took me also. Disciple of his Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So elderly means must be 65, 70. Very sincere, enthusiastic. So he took me to all the schools and I gave to principals or teachers and all. Then in the evening, that was all done. So then he took me in that city only, Machilipatnam. Took me to some Vitthal temple and like that. So once he was taking me, we passed through busy market. And I saw so many gold shops there. I was wondering, my God, this is east coast of India, Machilipatnam. Machili should be the main business. Gold. I asked Prabhu, how so many gold shops? People are very rich or what? He said, no, Prabhu, these are all imitation gold. This is not real gold. I said, oh, really? That's what I was wondering. Bombay, Hyderabad is okay. What is this Machilipatnam having gold shop? So then I said, oh, imitation gold. That means must be cheaper. Not that one tola this rate, that rate. Yeah, this is not tola wise at all. It's just like that. I said, oh, if only I knew earlier, I would have brought the sizes of necklace of Radharani, Gaur and I would have taken purchase this imitation jewelry for them. But I don't know now. Maybe next time if I'm coming to Machilipatnam, I'll get the sizes for all. What is the size of the necklace and all that, so that I can purchase from here. Imitation gold. Lot of shops. Lot. One after other. It's like a gold shops market only. Means imitation gold shops market. Like that. So if you go anywhere and if it is within your capacity, you can purchase that item. Like that. When we went to Barsana on the top of the hill, as you climb, and just before the Brahma temple, because Brahma temple they have that barricades, and then onwards nobody else, only visitors can. So all the shopkeepers are outside. So there were these shopkeepers who had these earrings and all that. So we purchased few earrings for Radharani, Vrindavan Chandra. They were 20 rupees. They're all imitation silver earrings. Understood? No? Inside I think plastic, on the top silver coating. 20 rupees per, means 2 earrings, 10 rupees, 10 rupees. So we purchased 3 4 and I gave it to pujaris over here. Like that. I don't know how long they lasted or they, but they are beautiful. Here we may not get that, that peacock feather is there on that. Beautiful. So just like earlier before coming to Krishna consciousness, wherever we went, you might have seen, hey, here Faluda is available. And so we might have purchased it and eaten it. Or here Son Papadi, Giriraj, isn't it? Son Papadi. So now that lust was there, so we purchased everything for ourselves, whether item or foodstuffs. Now it should be love. So wherever you go, you can purchase the item for your deities, like that. If it is foodstuff which can be offered to deities, you can purchase. Like Giriraj sweets, maybe whatever. Mm. Some special thing. Pune is famous for Mastani. So maybe Vaishnav Seva can be done with that. You know. Basically, always think of others. Think of Lord, think of Guru, think of Vaishnavas. Basically, service to Hari Guru Vaishnavas. That is a sign of advancement. Okay, so 13th. So Abhishekto Maharajah सुवासः साधु अलङ्कृतः पत्न्यार्चिष्यालङ्कृतया विरेजे अग्निरिवापरः. Thus the great king Prithu, exquisitely dressed with garments and ornaments, was coronated and placed on the throne. The king and his wife Archi, who was also exquisitely ornamented, appeared exactly like fire. So their marriage is already over now. Haribol, who was concerned? In future. Sorry for not inviting you for the marriage. For your kind information, I was also not invited. I also did not come to know. But they are already married now. All the pujas post marriage are all over. Now directly coronation only is happening. 14th. Tasmai jahara dhanado haimam veeravarasanam varunah salilasravam atapatram shashiprabham. The great sage continued, my dear Vidura, Kuvera presented the great King Prithu with a golden throne. Those who want to make, right? What all gifts he got? In case you are on the side of the bridegroom and you are supposed to write down. In Rajusya sacrifice, who was the in charge for receiving all the gifts? Duryodhan. That's why he became all the more disturbed. He said, my God, already such opulent Indraprastha. And on the top of that, so much wealth King Yudhishthira had. And how much more he got through all these gifts that Brahma brought, Shiva brought, demigods also brought, and other kings also brought. He became envious like anything. So, And that was Duryodhan to receive gifts. For giving in charity, who was the one? Karna. He was famous for charity. So he was giving like anything. That day, so Kubera brought golden throne. The demigod Varuna presented him with an umbrella that constantly spread fine particles of water and was as brilliant as the moon. 15th. Vayuscha Valavajane Dharmah Kirtimayim Srajam Indraha Kiritam Utkrishtam Dandam Samyamanam Yamaha. The demigod of air, Vayu, presented King Prithu with two whisks, charmers of hair. Vajan word is used in Sanskrit, not charmer, but somehow charmer has come here because charmer is not for giving air. Charmer is for removing the flies. But Vajan is for giving cool air. And we avoid Vajan in summer, winter season. It's already cold. So how can you afford to offer the Lord cool air? Already it's cold. He's wearing sweater. How can fan be on? Now this fan, will you put it on in winter? Mostly not. You are beyond bodily concept of life. So you may put it on, I know that, but generally not. But it's on means summer. Summer in Sanskrit means war, fight. So our fight with Maya is going on. So maybe fan can be on 24 hours, all seasons. The fight with war, fight with Maya is ongoing war. Huh? The king of religion, Dharma, presented him with a flower garland which would expand his fame. Dharma expands fame, so he brought flower garland which will expand Prutu's fame. The king of heaven, Indra, presented him with a valuable helmet. He is the king. For king is coronated mainly through helmet. So he brought a valuable helmet. And the superintendent of death, Yamraj, presented him with a scepter with which to rule the world. Yamraj himself has Yamadanda. So Dandam Sanyamanam Manaha. Yamaha. Dandam is scepter. So if you see the photo, you will get to know what is that danda. Otherwise we'll feel क्या है लाठी दे दे क्या उनके हाथ में. Here it is. All these demigods are there. Shiva is also there. Shiva has not yet been described. So Pruthu is there. I told that day, no? Dharmaraj is those who are pious, for them Dharmaraj. Yudhishthir was born from Dharmaraj. Those who are sinful, for them Yamaraj. Yamaraj has no, what do you call that? Superiority or that control over pious people. And Dharmaraj doesn't worry about impious people. That Yamaraj takes care. Yamaraj what? Oh, I have met Yamaraj several times. Maybe Yamadutas only I met after every birth. But somehow I'm not able to figure out my master there. Sure, little down. Scepter is visible? No, down, down. Pull it down. No, scepter is not visible, I think. That Yamadanda is there, no? You can think of Sannyas Danda. Don't think of Yamadanda. ब्रह्मा ब्रह्ममयं वर्म भारती हारमुत्तमम् हरिः सुदर्शनं चक्रं तत्पत्न्यव्याहतां श्रियम्. Lord Brahma presented King Prithu with a protective garment made of spiritual knowledge. Brahma's body is mainly made up of intelligence, buddhi. So he has this lot of knowledge. He has Vedas also. So he presented a garment made of spiritual knowledge. Bharati, Saraswati, the wife of Brahma, gave him a transcendental necklace. Lord Vishnu presented him with a Sudarshan disc, and Lord Vishnu's wife, the goddess of fortune, gave him imperishable opulences. So you can see he is incarnation of Vishnu, but Vishnu has come and offered him Sudarshan Chakra. But some details to that Sudarshan Chakra in purport. This Sudarshan disc is not exactly the same type of Sudarshan disc used by the personality of Godhead Krishna or Vishnu. Since Maharaj Prithu was a partial representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's power, the Sudarshan disc given to him represented the partial power of the original Sudarshan disc. It's like Lord Vishnu has, you can say, 1 TB capacity of Sudarshan, and he has something like 56 GB. Understood, no? In our language, both have functions, similar functions. Capacity is little less. That's it. Nothing more. Brahmamayam means made of the Vedas. Varma is armor. Lakshmi offered imperishable wealth. Shriyam. 17th. Dashachandrama Simrudraha. Satachandram Tatha Ambika. सोमो अमृतम यान श्वांस त्वष्टा रूपाश्रयम रथम. Lord Shiva presented him with a sword within a sheath marked with 10 moons, and his wife, the goddess Durga, presented him with a shield marked with 100 moons. The moon demigod presented him with horses made of nectar, and the demigod Vishwakarma presented him with a very beautiful chariot. Sword offered by Shiva, that is visible also there, with 10 moons. Within a sheath marked with 10 moons. And Durga offered him a shield. Okay, shield is there. Marked with 100 moons. On that moons are there. Shield, you know. So handle is there in this on this side. Like this it is what do you recall? Convex. So on this convex portion, there are moons, 100 moons there. Commentary Chakravartipad says, Shiva offered a sword with 10 moons on the sheath. Durga offered a shield with 100 moons. Vishwakarma offered a beautiful Rupashrayam chariot. 18th. Agnir Ajagabam Chapam Suryo Rashmimaya Nishun Bhupaduke Yogamayo Dyoho Pushpavalli Anvaham. The demigod of fire Agni presented him with a bow made of the horns of goats and cows. Haribol. The sun god presented him with arrows as brilliant as sunshine. The predominating deity of Bhurlok presented him with slippers full of mystic power. The demigods from outer space brought him presentations of flowers again and again. The bow of Cupid is made up of sugarcane sticks. So there are different varieties of bows. And the arrows that Lord uses or Cupid uses are made up of flowers. Pulashara Jojaka Kama. Krishna is transcendental Cupid. This Cupid is there, one universe, one Cupid. Madan, Kamdev, sex god. But Krishna is transcendental sex god. So there are Kam Gayatri mantras referring to Krishna. So he doesn't have body, just like Kamdev. When he went to disturb Lord Shiva's meditation, Lord Shiva opened his third eye, his Trinetra, and third eye burned Kamdev to ashes. Rati started crying, "Oh, I lost my husband." So then Narad Muni or somebody pacified, "Don't worry, your husband will be born as the son of Krishna, and you'll rejoin him as his wife." That was Pradyumna. So Krishna also has the arrows are made up of flowers. Phula Shara. Shara means arrows. Pula, made up of flowers. Jojak Kama is transcendental Cupid. In the purport purposes, this verse describes that the king's slippers were invested with mystic powers. Paduke Yogamayo. Thus, as soon as the king placed his feet in the slippers, they would immediately carry him wherever he desired. Maybe all of us could have it. Then we can get up at 4:28, take bath by 4:29, wear the shoes directly in the temple hall. But I think we have to go via attendance sheet, na? Otherwise, what is the use? Like, attendance is marked as absent. What is the use of those transcendental sleepers? More than sleepers, attendance sheet matters, isn't it? Okay. Then it will be dangerous. Mataji will faint in the temple hall. My God. Prabhuji have renounced bodily concept and will be in danger. Yoga Mayo means by putting on the shoes, one could go to any desired place immediately. 19th. Natyam Sugitam Vaditram Antardhanam च खेचरः ऋषयश्चाशिषः सत्यः समुद्रः शङ्खमात्मजम्. The demigods who always travel in outer space gave King Prithu the arts to perform dramas, sing songs, play musical instruments, and disappear at his will. The great sages also offered him infallible blessings. The ocean offered him a conch shell produced from the ocean. Great. So he could appear anywhere by wearing those shoes, and he could disappear also from any place. Commentary says Atmajam means born of himself. Sun is called as Atmaj. 20th. Sindavaha Parvata Nadyo Rathavir Vithir Mahatmanaha Suto Athamagadho Vandi Tam Stotum Upatasthire. The seas, mountains, and rivers gave him room to drive his chariot without impediments. And a Suta, a Magadha, and a Vandi offered prayers and praises. They all presented themselves before him to perform their respective duties. That is second section. 21 to 26, Pruthu humbly dissuades the bards. Why? Because they glorified him for the activities which he has not done yet. 21st. Stavakam stan abhipreत्य पृथुर्वैन्यः प्रतापवान् मेघनिर्हारदया वाचा प्रहसन्नीदम् अब्रवीत् प्रहसन्नीदम् अब्रवीत्. Thus, when the greatly powerful king Prithu, the son of Vena, saw the professionals before him to congratulate them, he smiled, and with the gravity of the vibrating sounds of clouds, he spoke as follows. 22nd. Pruthurvacha Bhosut Hemagada Saumya Vanding Loke Adhuna Spashta Gunasya Me Syat Kimashrayo Me Stava Esha Yojjatam Mamaya Bhuvan Vithatha Giro Vaha. King Prithu said, O gentle Suta, Magadha, and other devotee offering prayers, the qualities of which you have spoken are not distinct in me. Why then should you praise me for all these qualities when I do not shelter these qualities? I do not wish for these words meant for me to go in vain, but it is better that they be offered to someone else. So he did not want anyone to offer him prayers or glorify him unless he possessed the real qualities of which they spoke. The offering of prayers was certainly appropriate, for he was an incarnation of Godhead, but he warned that one should not be accepted as an incarnation of the personality of Godhead without having the godly qualities. So as he is born, he is incarnation of Supreme Lord. So that is okay. But the qualities they are speaking, yeah, I have not yet manifested. So that he doesn't want immediately. Commentary. How can this praise be offered to me who have unclear qualities at this time in the world? What qualities do you see in me to praise me? But we cannot exist without praising. The Magas, Vandis, and Bharts, all this they may say. We cannot exist without praising. This should be done to someone else who has qualities, not to me. Me. What fault do you have if we praise you? They are saying. What are you afraid of? There is no fault for me, but you will incur sin for this. That is what I fear. May your words not be in vain, with a tha, in being directed to me. So it seems if you unnecessarily glorify like that, that is sinful also. So he's saying, you will incur sin for this. He's concerned for them. 23rd. Tasmat parokshe asmad upashrutanyam करिष्यथ स्तोत्रम अपि च वाचः सत् सति उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादे जुगुप्सितं न स्तवयन्ति सभ्यः. O gentle reciters, offer such prayers in due course of time when the qualities of which you have spoken actually manifest themselves in me. The gentle who offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not attribute such qualities to a human being who does not actually have them. In the middle of the purport, Prabhupada says, although Prithu Maharaj was factually an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he rejected those praises because the qualities of the Supreme Person were not yet manifest in him. Qualities had not yet manifest. Even for that matter, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but appeared as Bhakta Rupa in the form of a devotee. He would block his ears when anybody called him directly Krishna. Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. A Jiva should not be called as the Supreme Lord. Commentary. O ocean of qualities, all these qualities will become manifest in you clearly in the future, knowing that we praise you. When my qualities become manifest, then you can glorify me as much as you want. But do not do that now. Who will forbid you? But do it indirectly, not directly. O persons who have skill in attractive words, it is not proper to embarrass a person by glorifying him face to face. What should we do? Inspired by the assembly, we have begun to glorify you. That is useless. The pastimes of the Lord should be chanted at all times and places. Thus, you should not praise a low, new person like me. Otherwise, your assembly is not a worthy assembly. So many points are there in this. So, he's saying Lord can be glorified all the time in all the places. Not a person like me. Especially when none of those qualities have been yet manifest. So, don't speak that now. Also, he's saying, it is not proper to embarrass a person by glorifying him face to face. In Vyas Puja, that is done. So it's a big austerity for Guru to hear all that. But then he resolves that by knowing that this is all because I am connected to Prabhupada. So all this is basically glorification of Prabhupada. But sometimes the disciples make it directly to Guru only. Guru Maharaj, the other day you were there, and then this devotee came and asked you this, and then you extended yourself or this, that, like that. Directly they speak about Guru, glorifying. Then also Guru resolves it by thinking that I learned from Prabhupada, that I learned from Acharyas. Otherwise I would not be acting like that. It said Ati Bhakti Chorer Lakshan. Too much devotion is sign of thief. So if you glorify somebody too much, it also proves to some extent or the other that the person doesn't have that quality only. So too much glorification is not good. Don't tell a devotee, Prabhu, you are exactly like seventh Goswami. Or okay, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is seventh, you are eighth Goswami. Don't speak like that. Because that fellow has to sleep only for 2 hours then, which he will not be happy about. Means because of his passion, sometimes he sleeps for 1 hour also. But he wants to sleep for 6, 7 hours. But poor fellow, passion doesn't allow him to sleep properly. Or because of his too much age, he is not able to sleep properly. What has increased, then also he is not able to sleep properly. But he wants to sleep more. But you are saying you are like eighth Goswami. You are reducing his sleep. He'll be embarrassed. It's not good. You know that marriage of camel was there. So then the donkey came. So many animals came and gifted him and glorified him also. So donkey said, "Aho Rupam, Aho Rupam." अरे क्या दूल्हा कितना सुंदर दिख रहा है. That camel had little beard also. So Aho Rupam, Aho Rupam. Then that camel was inspired. Arey, he is glorifying me. I should also glorify. So, Aho Dhwani, Aho Dhwani. What a melodious voice. Donkey, how will he say? Isn't it? I am also donkey, but not full-fledged, I think. I forgot my skill of uh, producing that sound of previous life. But Gardavasur might be here. Is he here? Dhenukasur? Not as a student in this classroom, but on the wall. No, maybe not there. In another classroom, I think. Because yet time has not. Krishna has not entered Talvan yet. So he's sleeping currently. But we should not glorify person too much also. Prithu is showing how to take glorification, when to take, all the details of glorification. 24th. महद्गुणानात्मनि कर्तुमिशः कः स्थावकैः स्थावयते असोतोऽपि ते अस्या भविष्यन्निति विप्रलब्धो जनावहासं कुमतिर्न वेद. How could an intelligent man, competent enough to possess such exalted qualities, allow his followers to praise him if he did not actually have them? Praising a man by saying that if he were educated, he might have become a great scholar or great personality is nothing but a process of cheating, vipralabdho. A foolish person who agrees to accept such praise does not know that such words simply insult him. This is insult also. Like some beggar is there, if you say, if only you had been having Tata Birla as your friends, you would be in palace. So that shows that he is not having one palace also. He doesn't have friendship with Tata Birla. He's Rodopati. He's not Karodapati, he's Rodopati. But that Rodopati is also imagined Rodopati. Because police can come and beat him and drive him out. Get out of here. अपने बाप का जगह समझ के रखा है क्या इधर? हट. Like that. तो रोडपति भी नहीं हो, है कि नहीं? सो वी शुड नॉट स्पीक लाइक दैट. इफ ओनली ये ऐसा होता तो कैसा होता, वो वैसा होता. वैसा है ही नहीं तो क्यों बात करना है वैसा, है कि नहीं? आज अगर प्रसाद में आम रस होता कितना अच्छा होता. है ही नहीं तो क्यों बात कर रहे हो? दैट वे यू आर इंसल्टिंग द किचन डिपार्टमेंट कि हर बार आम रस नहीं देते. या कल शाम को दिया था, आज शाम को देने वाले, लेकिन आज दोपहर को नहीं दे रहे. सो यू आर ब्लेमिंग सम पीपल. So don't do that. That's imaginary world also. अगर ऐसा होता तो फिर वैसा होता. Don't be in imaginary world. What they call dreamland. He was just coronated. He was just born and he was coronated. So there is no time to manifest the qualities. That's why he's saying, hold on, hold on. Please wait. 25th. प्रभवो ह्यात्मनः स्तोत्रम् जुगुप्सन्त्यपि विश्रुतः ह्रीमन्तः परमोदारः पौरुषं वा विगृहीतम् As a person with a sense of honor and magnanimity does not like to hear about his abominable actions, a person who is very famous and powerful does not like to hear himself praised. Passionate person has that honor, magnanimity, so he does not like to hear his abominable actions, which he did earlier in ignorance. But person in the mode of goodness is famous, powerful. He also does not like to hear himself praised. They're opposite to each other, but we can see that. For 24th commentary, I forgot. But you are the Supreme Lord, worthy of praise. Though it is possible for the best person to manifest in himself qualities of the Lord, what wise person would make others glorify him? No one would do that, even if he has the qualities. Let's say I have some qualities and I want you to glorify me. And I ask him, Are Shaligram, please glorify me. At least have you not seen me so humble, at least sometimes? And then whatever, 1, 2, Z, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this how odd it will look, isn't it? It will be crazy. So that's what he's saying. No one would do that even if he has the qualities. If he does not have the qualities, and cannot manifest such qualities, only a fool would have others praise him. Even if he has qualities, he cannot tell others to praise him for that. What to speak if he doesn't have qualities only? Or he is not able to express them at least, cannot manifest them. How dare of him to? He will be a fool only if he's telling others to praise him. That fool does not know it is an insult. How? By words like, if he had studied आर्ट्स एंड स्क्रिप्चर ही वुड हैव बीन अ ग्रेट स्कॉलर इसका मतलब क्या अभी वो ग्रेट स्कॉलर है ही नहीं so that is foolishness so we should not praise like this he is mocked by others so 25th commentary says people who have good qualities and who enjoy being praised are not seen Va means like praise like this person is so qualified he doesn't have to follow the rules of dharma is rejected by them as if it were a criticism of their abilities vigarhitam paurusham so this is also improper he's so qualified that he doesn't have to follow the rules of dharma has to be followed 26th vayam tu avidita loke सुताद्यापि वरीमभिः कर्मभिः कथमात्मानं गापयिष्याम बालवत् King Prithu continued, My dear devotees, headed by the Sutta, just now I am not very famous for my personal activities because I have not done anything praiseworthy you could glorify. Therefore, how could I engage you in praising my activities exactly like children? He is not happy about all that. So one devotee was telling, I think, these professional reciters have varieties and they have their what do you call categorization. Suta, Magadha, and Mandin. English names are there, bards and all that. So these are what are these people? Enlightened people trained by Brahmins, though coming from lower caste. Suta, Magadha, Mandin, these are coming from lower caste, but they are enlightened people because they have been trained by Brahmins. So as far as I see here, he's saying Suta is Kshatriya plus Brahman. That means I think Kshatriya father and Brahman mother. Pratilom marriage. Anulom is not there. So that way he is not Brahmin. From lower caste. You can say father is Kshatriya, so he is Kshatriya. Then Magad is Kshatriya father and Shudra mother. And Vandin is Vaishya father and Brahmin mother. So that way these are born. Suta Magada Vandin. And here Prithvi is directly addressing them all. In commentary, Chakravarti says the long E in Varimabhihi is poetic license. I am not famous for performing excellent actions, so how can I engage others in glorifying me and my actions? Yes, so the focus is he is born, he is gifted various items by different demigods, great personalities, and when praised, he is not accepting the praise, saying, Wait, hold on. I'm just appeared, not yet manifest. So many things related to praise are covered in this section. Any question?
when sometimes statements come like that, the glorifying is incurring.
Sometimes what?
Comes like that when glorification turns out to be sin. So it is mentioned there that if you glorify me like that, so you incurred sin, something like this mentioned. Sin. Glorification turns out to be sin. Because there,
Glorification?
Prutu Maharaj don't have that quality.
He is saying there is no fault for me, but you will incur sin for this. Currently, he doesn't have that quality. No?
So, but sometimes we glorify devotees, may not be having that much, but we may see that sometimes.
That's how we have to be honest also. That's what Ati Bhakti Chorel Lakshan also. Don't glorify too much also.
Means, for example,
whatever is present, you say that, na? Prabhu, in future, I think you will be sannyasi and guru. What if in the future he changes to grahastha ashram? It will be too much insulting for him. Na? Every time he will be scared to come in front of you. So why to speak in future? Presently, does he not having any single good quality? Something is there, na? In the past, he has done some good deed.
Just like he
That
mentioned,
you glorify, na?
Prutu Maharaj is mentioned that he is having a symptom of Supreme Lord. That means that Chinna is there. Means that symptoms are there that he is a Supreme Lord. So they might be glorifying based on that means that lakshans. So I don't know.
Do all these things. I don't know about these people because these are enlightened people, na? Just like those Brahmins and all, they see the horoscope of the child born and they understand his future activities. For Prabhupada, it was known that 108 temples will open all over the world. And many others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will take sannyas that was known to those who knew the horoscope. So like that, this Suta Magad Vandin might be knowing about future activities of Prutu and they are describing exactly also. But currently they have not yet manifest. That is the objectionable part by Prutu. That why are you glorifying now?
I just want to understand the concept of incurring sin, just like other shloka, this gun or dosh. One more shloka come in 11th canto somewhere. That there's a
11:28 1 and 2.
Anyasya guna dosha chintana, something like that. Should not praise. What is that? So means not praise also and not glorify also mentioned there. But it's the Vaishnava culture is to glorify. So when
glorify what he did and what he is doing.
For example,
don't talk about future and you might become the head of all the GPCs in future.
For example, you see some new student giving device presentation very nicely. So seeing that his symptoms, you may encourage him and glorify that you can do nicely in this work. If you put effort in this area, you can do very nice presentation in future. If you glorify him,
that means currently presentation is not nice.
No, current is nice. Current is nice. Based on that, you are giving him.
Why to be in future? That also, if you talk too much in future, that reflects your passion. And if you talk too much about the mistakes of the past, that reveals your ignorance. Be in the present tense. That is the mode of goodness. And you can say, oh, you have wonderful. Today's presentation was high class. Krishna has given you amazing talents. Keep it up. Hari Bol. Thank you. That is okay. Don't do too much. Too much you should do in chanting. Satatam kirtayanto mam. That is okay.
For glorification comes under sin. Not exactly.
It will becomes chorer lakshan. It's a sign of theory, stealing. That is not required. Any other?
This Prithu Maharaj and
Archie.
they when they came from the body of Vena, so the sages told that, oh, this is Prithu and Archie. So previously they were in previous yugas, the sages have information, or this is the first time they are coming.
Long before they might have come, because they may not come in every day of Brahma and all that. They are just once in a while or whatever. So they know in that sense. But they can foresee. They are Trikalagya also. They can see past, present and future also. So they know he will be Prithu. His name is Prithu. And she is Archie. And that's not that's easy for them.
And Prithu Maharaj is a Saktabes avatar. So he is having almost many potencies of the Lord. So why they are gifting him all these things, all these chariots and everything?
They should render service to the Supreme Lord, no? That yat karoshi yadasnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasya kaunteya tat karosh. Whatever you give in charity, give it to me. It is a duty. Patram pushpam. Now they are rich people. They don't have to do patram pushpam. They are universal administrators. So they can give to Yamadanda. They can give to umbrella from where Amrit is sprinkling, and sword with 10 moons and shield with 100 moons. They have a lot of things. So that all should be offered to the Lord, no? That is their duty. Any other? Okay, so we'll stop. We'll meet after 15 minutes. United. Okay. Hare Krishna. So beginning with next chapter, 16th. He might have given link and all that, which you can link yourself. But maybe we'll see. Even after the humble chastisement of King Prithu, the professional bards continued to glorify him. 1 to 3 is the bards glorify Prithu Maharaj. Chapter is Praise of King Prithu by the professional reciters. Text 1. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Bruvanam Nrupatim Gayaka Munichoditaha Tushtu Ushtushta Manasas Manasastadvaga Mruta Sevaya. The great sage Maitreya continued. While King Prithu thus spoke, the humility of his nectarian speeches pleased the reciters very much. Then again they continued to praise the king highly with exalted prayers, as they had been instructed by the great sages. Muni Choditaha. They were instructed by great sages and saintly persons. Prabhupada saying again, we cannot manufacture a god by our own concoctions. Sadhu Shastra Guru are the authority. The spiritual master is one who follows the instructions of his predecessors, namely the sadhus or saintly persons. Over 1521 mentioned that King Prithu was smiling and was in a pleasant mood while speaking to the reciters. Thus, we have to learn from the Lord or his incarnation how to become gentle and humble. The king's behavior was very pleasing to the reciters, and consequently, the reciters continued their praise and even foretold the king's future activities as they had been instructed by the sadhus and sages. Chakradipad writes, in the 16th chapter, the bards, ordered by the sages, praise Prithu, describing how he would milk the earth in the future. Second, Nalam vayam te mahimanuvarnane yo devavaryo avatatar mayaya venangajatasya cha paurushani te वाचस्पतीनाम अपि बभ्रूम ऊर्ध्यः. The reciters continued, Dear King, you are a direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, and by His causeless mercy you have descended on this earth. Therefore, it is not possible for us to actually glorify your exalted qualities, exalted activities. Although you have appeared through the body of King Vena, even great orators and speakers like Lord Brahma and other demigods cannot exactly describe the glorious activities of your lordship. That Deva Varyu Avatatara Mayaya. So Maya word is Maya, illusion, falseness. Another meaning also, Maya means causeless mercy. Yog Maya, Mahamaya. In our childhood in Marathi language, Maya means Aichi Maya, mother's affection. We never knew this other side, isn't it? Did you? Never. आणि ISKCON आहे आता एकदम गंभीर विषय माया. In childhood, it was so nice, Maya. Maya means we knew is mother's affection only. But mm, the Lord can appear in any family, Matsya Avatar, Varaha, and is independent to appear anywhere, everywhere. Shiva Virinchi Nutam, how glorification of the Lord, even Lord Shesha cannot complete it. What to speak of Brahma, Shiva. Consequently, reciters like the Sutta and Magadha felt inadequate to speak about King Prithu. The last line of the purport says, If we are serious and sincere devotees, the Lord will give us the intelligence to offer prayers properly. Just like in the case of Dhruva, he had not even gone to Gurukul. He was hardly 5 years old when he was insulted. In that situation only he left the kingdom, went to forest under Narad Muni's guidance to Madhuvan in Vrindavan, and 6 months passed there. He became 5.5 years old, but still he had not gone to Gurukul. Thus, he had not even learnt alphabets. He was speaking vernacular language, that may be Sanskrit that time, but A is like this, B is like this, K. He had not drawn it, written it. He had not learnt reading. This is Vachaspati, Vachaspati. He had not learned that. So when Lord Prushnigarbha appeared to him, he was knowing that Lord should be glorified, but how to glorify? In one sense, even Shesha cannot describe the Lord from the dawn of creation till now. So who are we? Who is Dhruva? But still, Dhruvasya ka vayam, it is said. In that bhakti, bhakti tutosham, bhakti तुष्यति माधवः न च वैगुणः न च तद्गुणः. So different gunas are said. All durgun only. Dhruvasya ka vayam. What was the age of Dhruva? It's durgun only. It was very less age. Only 5. Then this, what is that? Gajendrasya ka vidya ki ka Gajendrasya. He was avidya, ignorant. Because Indradumna was completely unaware of the sage arrival. So that's why he was cursed. You are behaving like a ignorant fool. May you become dumb, ignorant animal like elephant. This Paurushasya, Ugrasenasya kim Paurusham. What was the Purushatva of Ugrasen? His own son defeated him and imprisoned him. So what is no Paurushatva in him? Like that, huh? Vidurasya ka jati, kula. Which kul? Yes, Shudrani's son. Similarly, this Kubja's, what was the beauty of Kubja? She had a hunchback. So like that. So if we are serious and sincere devotees, the Lord will give us intelligence to offer prayers properly. Mattah smrutir jnanam apohanam cha. When Dhruva wanted to glorify Lord, he was sincere and serious. He was devoted, sincere devotee. But he did not know how to offer. I should offer, but how to offer? The Lord took his conch, touched his forehead, and immediately all the Vedic literatures came to help him. And he could glorify in choice poetry. Such prayers, amazing, which his thousands of teachers who later taught him alphabets and other thing would not be able to glorify the Lord the way Dhruva glorified without even learning to read or write alphabets. So we just need to be sincere. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. I give the intelligence by which they can come to me, by which they will glorify me, then only they can come to me. Na? So just like you glorify America too much, then only you can go to America, isn't it? You go to American embassy for visa or something, and they say, "What do you feel about America?" America is the third class, 10th class country. No country so fallen like America. It's the last thing in my life I can think of going to. But then what to do because my authorities told me, so I have to be there. So will they allow your visa? Sanction it? Will it be sanctioned? My God, he's a terrorist or what? What is he? They will never sanction your visa. So you glorify, then only you can be qualified to go there. So you glorify Lord, then only you can go to Lord's abode. So in order to glorify the Lord, you require that intelligence. But Krishna says, I will give the intelligence. The Dami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Hmm? Buddhi Yogam. Buddhi is not there, but Yogam, it will be connected. Krishna will provide. Tam, to him. Yenamam upayantite, by which he will come to me. But for whom? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurukam. Quantitative engagement, satat, 24/7, whole life, till last breath, till you fall down dead. And pritipurvakam, quality. Quality has to be with love, not just, oh, my authorities told me, so I'm doing this service. What to do? If only he had not given me this service. Yesterday night I slept very less. I would be sleeping now. But then I'm just going to complete this quickly in 1 hour and then I will go take rest only. So that kind of bhajatam pritipurvakam is not there lovingly. Lord will give us the intelligence to offer prayers properly. Through the 3rd to 7 talks about qualities of Vedic administrator or leader. According to here, the 3rd up to 3rd, the bard glorify Prithu Maharaj. In the commentary, Chakravarti says, we are not capable, no alam. Mayaya means by mercy or along with your Shakti. Both meanings are taken. Maya. Maya. By mercy or along with your Shakti, Archi. The intelligence of even Brahma is bewildered by your activities. Tene Brahma Rudaya Adikavaye Muyyanti Yata Suryaha. Surya means the demigods. Muyyanti are bewildered by Lord's activities. Brahma was bewildered in Brahma. Indra was bewildered because Krishna directed the entire Indra Puja to Govardhan, cows and Brahmins. Varun was bewildered, or his at least soldiers were bewildered. They took Nanda Maharaj thinking that this is odd time. How can one take bath so early? This is not proper time. So they kidnapped Nanda Maharaj. Then Lord Shiva was Mohinimurti is okay. I'm talking about Krishna in specific. Okay, with Banasur. Lord Krishna released Jambastra and Shivji sat on the warfield and and Bhan saying, oh Lord, please assist me. He's feeling very sleepy like that. It was not Bhakti Vedanta class, sorry, Bhakti Vaibhav class, but still he felt sleepy. Not Krishna Katha was released on him. Directly Krishna only released Jambastra. It was not Krishna Kathastra that was released on him, which we released during Bhakti Vaibhav. Then devotees feel, कब आएगा वो recess in between? जैसे ही आ गया टीचर चले गए, complete switched off, battery discharge, and then battery starts charging in those 15 minutes and gets fully charged. Still, we feel that little bit is remaining. But then the teacher came. We have to take it, unplug it. Then no other option there, like that. So whether Krishna Katha Astra or Krishna Astra, so both have similar effect. So we need to be sincere and serious. Devotee, then Lord will give us the intelligence to offer prayers properly. So they were sincere, serious. So they were offered that. Third one. अथाप्युदार श्रवसः पृथोर्हरेः कलावतारस्य कथामृता द्रुतः यथोपदेशं मुनिभिः प्रचोदितः श्लाघ्यानि कर्माणि वयं वितन्महे. Although we are unable to glorify you adequately, we nonetheless have a transcendental taste for glorifying your activities. We shall try to glorify you according to the instructions received from authoritative sages and scholars. Whatever we speak, however, is always inadequate and very insignificant. Dear King, because you are a direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all your activities are liberal and ever laudable. Shlaghani, laudable, praiseworthy. Chakravarti says, the sages have entered our hearts, and according to their instructions only, we will offer praise. So, if also we hear from Guru through the medium of ears, ear holes, so then Krishna Katha, Krishna's glorification through ears heard from bona fide Guru will enter our heart. So, it's almost like Guru entering in your heart, and your Guru will glorify Krishna when you open your mouth. But for that, you should have sufficiently heard from Guru. Otherwise, in our heart, there are only anarthas. You try to glorify Krishna, you fall short. Hey, Krishna doesn't have enough glories, I think. Nothing is coming in the mind through mouth. So, if you hear the Guru, then your tongue will be empowered to speak the glories of the Lord unlimitedly. Now, 4 to 21, King Prithu manifests the qualities of demigods. 4, 5th is Singh, Prithu upholds dharma and acts like demigods. Prabhupada also writes many things in the purport. However expert one may be, he can never describe the glories of the Lord adequately. But still, it is our duty. Yatha dhitam, yatha mati. Same thing Sutta Goswami also says, no? It's like no bird can ever touch the sky. But all birds fly. And they fly as high as they could. Hen flies how much? 10 to 15 feet above the ground. Isn't it? Hen, how many of you seen hen flying? How many of you seen hen? That may be the question asked after 5,000-10,000 years. They say, hey, I have seen, sir, I have seen the hen in the textbook and in Google also. YouTube, I saw hen moves also. But anyway, but then the sparrows will fly a little higher. Crows even higher. Pigeons maybe much higher. Eagles much more. All of them are flying according to their ability. So everybody should glorify the Lord to the best of his or her ability. That is recommendation of the scriptures. One should speak to the general populace in accordance with one's predecessors, sadhu, guru, and shastras. This simple process is the easiest method by which one can glorify the Lord. Devotional service, however, is the real method, for by devotional service one can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead with just a few words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. How many words? 3 words only. Hare Krishna and Ram. Repeated in one mantra, 16 words, and in 16 rounds, 27,648 holy names. But in essence, only 3 words: Hare Krishna, Ram. So easy. Don't need much. Without devotional service, volumes of books cannot satisfy the Lord. Even though preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement may be unable to describe the glories of the Lord, they can nonetheless go everywhere and request people to chant Hare Krishna. See Prabhupada. Even if you are unable to describe the glories, go everywhere. Jare dekho tare ko कृष्ण उपदेश. Not only जा रहे देखो, you are here only and okay इसको देखा, hey बोलो हरे कृष्णा. No, you have to go everywhere. You go out of your way. So much Prabhupada keeps triggering. If you read Prabhupada books a lot, daily 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 20, 24 hours, then you will become powerful preacher. Because चाबी घुमाते रहते हो in Bhaktivedanta purports. So if you are in touch with these Bhaktivedanta purports, आपकी चाबी काफी टाइट हो जाएगी. You have seen in childhood or now also, you put tighten that key in that toy, then whatever it is doing, going more, moving forward, playing the drum, that dog going ahead, whatever it goes on and on and on till the whole key winding is unwounded. Then it comes to a halt. But before that, you would have read again Bhaktivedanta Purport. Because every day you are going to read minimum 3 hours and maximum 24 hours. Prabhupada in Japan, Tokyo lecture says, should read my books 24 hours a day. I do that. Twice he says. I read my books 24 hours a day. Yesterday Prabhu told very nicely, after he gave that in Kolkata Pandal program lecture, and as soon as they came backside, there was a room for Prabhupada alone. And he sat on the chair and he said, play the lecture. Same lecture what he gave on the dais, Prabhupada wants to hear. And Prabhu, our Belimadan Prabhu would replay it, and Prabhupada would be listening and he'll be enjoying it. How can somebody hear his own lecture? Now I record these lectures, not for myself, for others. At best, sometimes after many days I have not given title. So I don't remember what was it. So little bit I hear. Just to get an idea. Oh, okay, this title is better for this lecture. Who will hear that lecture? I only give. I am full and part of mine is gone in that lecture. Isn't it? 100% is not gone in that lecture. I have physical abilities and other abilities, musical abilities. They have not gone in that lecture. Some part. So who will hear the lecture? But Prabhupada would hear. Prabhupada would read his own books. Even the preachers, so that is, you had a question. Yeah. Even when Vedas personified, when they start glorifying, oh, you are the Parameshwar and you are the creator, Krishna is, they are going on glorifying, and Krishna is sleeping. So he doesn't appreciate this. But Mother Yashoda chastises, you fool, you ate dirt. No, I did not. No, you ate. So he likes the chastisement of his dear devotees. Then the praises offered by Vedas personified. What to speak of volumes of books. So Krishna is, in Rasa, he is lover of his devotees. But in Tattva, he is the supreme, no doubt. Aham sarvasya prabho, matta sarvam pravadate. Okay, 4 to 21, King Pruthu manifests the qualities of demigods. Fourth one. एष धर्म भृतां श्रेष्ठो लोकम धर्मे अनुवर्तयन् गोप्ता च धर्म सेतुनां शास्ता तत्परिपंथिनां. This king Maharaj Prathu is the best amongst those who are following religious principles. As such, he will engage everyone in the pursuit of religious principles and give those principles all protection. He will also be a great chastiser to the irreligious and atheistic. Gupta means he will be the protector of Dharma Setuna, religious principles. Anuvartayan, engaging them properly in religious activities. Dharma Brutam, a person's executing religious activities. The duty of the king or the head of the government is described very nicely in this verse. Duty of the governmental head is to see that people strictly follow a religious life. King should also be strict in chastising the atheists. Happiness is possible only when the citizens are religious and God conscious. In Kali Yuga, democratic government can be captured by Krishna conscious people. If this can be done, the general populace can be made very happy. Fifth one. Esha vai lokapalanam बिभर्ते कस्तनौ तनुः काले काले यथा भागम लोकयोरुभयोर्हितम्. This king alone in his own body will be able in due course of time to maintain all living entities and keep them in a pleasant condition by manifesting himself as different demigods to perform various departmental activities. Thus, he will maintain the upper planetary system by inducing the populace to perform Vedic sacrifices. In due course of time, he will also maintain this earthly planet by discharging proper rainfall. So, Vedic sacrifices in heavenly planet, upper planets, and on earth, discharging proper rainfall. Demigods' functions. Consequently, the incarnation of Godhead is able to act for the departmental demigods to keep the planetary systems in order. Devaha Narayana Angajaha are representing different limbs of the body of the Lord. So he is also Shaktavish avatar. So he is also able to. Annat Bhavanti Bhutan is quoted. But then ultimately in this day and age, what sacrifice and all that? So Harer Nam, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. So everywhere Prabhupada's conclusions are very simple. Nothing will work except holy name. And Lord for this age is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Sankirtan movement. As simple as that. Chakravartipad says, he alone maintains the bodies of the devatas at all times for the benefit of Swarga through spreading performance of sacrifice and for the benefit of earth by arranging rainfall and other facilities for their prosperity. According to Amar Kosh, Bhagam means prosperity, desire, greatness, power, gem, the sun and fame. So many meanings are there for Bhagam. Kale Kale Yatha Bhagam. In due course of time, he will also maintain this earthly planet. So that how? So through all these things, prosperity, desire, greatness, etc. Sixth one. Vasukala upadatte काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवद्विभुः. This king Prithu will be as powerful as the sun god, and just as the sun god equally distributes his sunshine to everyone, King Prithu will distribute his mercy equally. Similarly, just as the sun god evaporates water for 8 months and during the rainy season returns it profusely, this king will also exact taxes from the citizens and return these monies in times of need. Prabhupada in the purport says tax revenues should never be distributed amongst governmental servants in the form of high salaries and various other allowances. Tax revenues should be distributed to the citizens in times of need during emergencies such as famine or flood. Now these government officers, how much salaries they get, no? Isn't it? Fat salaries. Sun withdraws water through scorching sun rays in 8 months of winter and summer. But then in 4 months, rainy season, profusely gives that water back. So like that, king also should exact taxes for people's welfare only. From ocean only water is withdrawn by sun, and to ocean only it is offered. So like that, from people only taxes should be exacted. But then in times of need, in floods, volcanic eruption, something like that, then it should be offered them back. Then how does king maintain himself? Anybody knows? Raise your hand if you know. Don't speak. If the taxes are collected from citizens, they are offered back to citizens only little later. So how is king maintained? वाह रे वाह. ओके, कलियुगी करप्ट गवर्नमेंट नहीं है. I have heard that gifts, people would give gifts. They would be very happy with the king. So they would give a lot of gifts. And through that, king would be maintained. No. No, 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 this is not charity. This is taxes. That is, those are gifts. That is not charity. Mhm. Just like your birthday and all, people will give you gifts. That is not charity. Charity means daily basis, bhiksha basically. You go out and you beg alms. And people give you. You are Brahmin, you can collect. Why also? You are sannyasi, bhikshuk. So you can collect from few houses and all that. But king cannot do that. In the commentary, Chakravarti says, 8 verses describe how Prithu maintains the sun and other deities. He receives wealth by levying taxes and releases that wealth in times of famine, just as the sun evaporates water for 8 months and releases water during the monsoon season. 7th. Titikshati akramam vainya uparyakramatam api भूतानां करुणः शश्वद् आर्तानां क्षितिवृत्तिमान्. This king Prithu will be very, very kind to all citizens. Even though a poor person may trample over the king's head by violating the rules and regulations, the king, out of his causeless mercy, will be forgetful and forgiving. As a protector of the world, he will be as tolerant as the earth itself. Imagine in the night you are sleeping in ashram and some devotee tramples your head. You are not having mosquito net. So, and you sleeping, who is that? And then you see you're one of your friends or roommates or something. Next day morning when you see him in morning program, will you not burn him or trample his head? At the end, from 4:50 onwards, that dancing kirtan, you might climb on his shoulders and on his head, and you may dance on his head, na? Yes or not? You'll be very upset, na? What nonsense! I was peacefully sleeping, and you trampled on my head, and you may not forget it so easily. But here, how noble he was. Even though a poor person may trample over the king's head by violating the rules and regulations, the king, out of his causeless mercy, will be forgetful and forget. And poor person. Now imagine one of your councillors only tramples on your head. Isn't it? Or one of the boys in the camp. How much more angry you will be? अरे हाँ, चड्डी भी नहीं पहनना आता था मैंने सिखाया. हाँ, मुझे मेरे ऊपर यूरिन पास कर रहा है. Isn't it? That kind of feeling comes. I'm just joking. Yes or not? Feeling come na? कल का छोकरा trampling on my head. So you will not be appreciating that. But Pruthu was very forgiving, forgetful. His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj says, even before the offense is completed, you should forget the offense. Forgiving to no question, forget only. Even if we forgive some devotee, do we forget that offense? यही था वो. उस रात को मेरे सर पे पाव मारा इसने. Isn't it? We may forgive. He may morning, Prabhu, please forgive me. Yesterday night by mistake. You know, you remember, na? Yeah. My sleep was broken. Yeah, you were one, na? Okay, no problem, Prabhu. Please forgive me, please. No, bro, it's a small thing. Okay, it's okay. It's forgiven. Okay, forgiven. But forgiven, but not forgotten. Next night, I will take revenge. I will also appear to be in darkness and I will trample his head. Oh, Prabhu, please forgive me. And who is that? Oh, really? You are there. And he will be also thinking, अरे इतने सारे ब्रह्मचारी सोए रात में मेरे ही सर को लात मारा, कहीं कल का बदला तो नहीं लिया. बट ही इज ऑल्सो बनता है वो. अच्छा ब्रो, यू आर देयर. ओ रियली? आई वाज सॉरी ब्रो. Forgetting is not so easy. So forget the offense even before it is completed. Such unfair taxation makes the people dishonest, and the people try to hide their income in so many ways, because people are taxed heavily by the kings and heads of the state. This tax, that tax. Some simple formula has to be there. Whatever people earn, 25% they should submit to the king. Like that in earlier times, there would be simple format. And because king was very loving, caring, like a father, people would honestly give 25%, or if not even more. Now, if you tell 25% of your income you give to government officer and all, people will show that my monthly income is 1000 rupees. So I gave 250 rupees. Like that. Hmm. He should punish.
King has a duty to punish, means that is one of the aspect of
But if the person is remorseful, he's begging forgiveness, it's just like unpremeditated fall down kind of. He was not wanting to do it, but then the conditions forced him. His child was sick and he wanted money, so he stole or something like that. And he's begging forgiveness and he's saying, next time I will come to you. I will. King said, "Are you should have asked me, na, if your son was having problem. Why did you steal from another person? You can come and ask me. I will give you from. We have our all treasure." That kind of cases. Otherwise, you see, the next very soon it is coming. Earth is not giving seeds, so he is going to punish her. Though she takes the form of cow also. He says, "I will kill you, even if you are in the shape of a cow." The unfair taxation makes the people dishonest, and the people try to hide their income in so many ways. Chakravarti says he tolerates violations, akramam. He has the nature of the earth, kshiti vrittiman. Earth tolerates so much. So like that king also tolerates violations. 8-1. Deve avarshatyasau devo naradeva vapurharihi कृष्र प्राणः प्रजा हेश रक्षस्यति अंजसेन्द्रवत्. When there is no rainfall and the citizens are in great danger due to the scarcity of water, this royal personality of Godhead will be able to supply rains exactly like the heavenly king Indra. Thus, he will very easily be able to protect the citizens from drought. 6 to 14 are talking about Pruthu's actions compared with demigods. Chakravarti says he will protect the citizens by supplying the rain himself, like Indra. 9th. आप्याययत्यसौ लोकम् वदनामृतमूर्तिना सानुरागावलोकेन विशदस्मितचारुणा. This king, Prithu Maharaj, by virtue of his affectionate glances and beautiful moon-like face, which is always smiling with great affection for the citizens, will enhance everyone's peaceful life. Smiling. So you also keep smiling as a leader. Isn't it? Has anyone made comment, some subordinate? Prabhu, that day I saw you, maybe you are angry on me. You are very grave. There's no smile at all. He did not smile at me. How many of you heard comment like that? No, not yet. You are fortunate. But in future you may get comment by one of the subordinate. I was very scared. Like that. So keep smiling. Haribo. Haribo. Like that. Recently in Magarpatta I was on Saturday evening. So there the host devotee, the Hari Prabhu, he introduced me. Prabhu is always smiling. You can meet him anytime, and he was glorifying me like that. So then towards the end, he told all other things. He did this engineering, this, that, and then towards the end, like that. So he's very senior. He's always available many times NVCC. If you go and meet him, You can talk to him, he's freely available, he's always smiling. No matter what things happen in life, he's always and all something. So then I began my lecture saying, now all throughout the lecture I'll have to smile only because my introduction was given like that. I have no other option now. So keep smiling. If the leader is smiling, people feel relieved. If the leader is grave like that, and that too if you look at someone and like this, others feel scared only like that. You go up in the hierarchy, you will understand that problem. What I'm talking. I think currently none of you have experienced it. So, but you will experience it for sure. You just need little more seniority, and you'll get comments like that for sure. Ninth one. His face is like the moon, Amruta Murtina. This verse explains how he holds the body of the moon within himself. All the demigods are kind of present in him. You saw earlier Indra, now moon. 10th one. Avyaktavartmaisha nigudhakaryo gambhira upagupta vittaha ananta mahatmya gunaikadhama prutuhu pracheta iva samvrutatma. The reciters continued, no one will be able to understand the policies the king will follow. Niguda Karyo. His activities will also be very confidential, and it will not be possible for anyone to know how he will make every activity successful. His treasury will always remain unknown to everyone. Upagupta Vittaha. He will be the reservoir of unlimited glories, Ananta Mahatmya, and good qualities, Gunaika Dhama. And his position will be maintained and covered just as Varuna. Varuna is Pracheta. The deity of the seas is covered all around by water, Samvrutatma. Pracheta is not those Prachetas, 10 sons of Daksha. Pracheta means Varuna. There is a predominating deity for all the material elements, and Varuna or Pracheta is the predominating deity of the seas and the oceans. Seas and oceans externally appear devoid of life, but a person acquainted with the sea knows that within the water exist many varieties of life. The word Upagupta Vitta is very significant in this verse. It indicates that no one would know the extent of the riches King Prithu would confidentially keep. In Kali Yuga, however, the king or government has no well protected treasury, and the only means of circulation is currency notes made of paper. Thus, in times of distress, the government artificially inflates the currency by simply printing papers, and this artificially raises the price of commodities, and the general conditions of the citizens becomes very precarious. You know that, no? Whatever currency notes they have, that much amount of gold they are supposed to have. Like this 10 rupee note means certain amount of gold the government should have. Do they have that gold? At least the gold they have is not that much as much as currency notes they have printed. Currency notes are printed like anything. Paper you take and keep printing. And just tell Reserve Bank of India, RBI, keep printing. And they will print like anything. And they'll supply to government, and government is just circulating here. That is not proper because that much gold the government doesn't carry. So because currency note is useless in one sense. Just because some value is given to it by government, it assumes some importance. Otherwise, that is useless. So what you need is gold. So that much gold should be there. So Prabhupada is writing in the purport, thus keeping one's money very secretly is an old practice. For we find this practice present even during the reign of Maharaj Prithu. People should also keep their individual earnings a secret. They say that never ask a woman for her age and never ask a man for his income, salary. Woman will always tell less and a man will always tell less. If 70-year-old, not 70, 40-year-old ladies ask, what is your age, madam? She'll say 28. like that. And you ask a man who is earning monthly 70,000-80,000 rupees, how much is his salary? Yeah, somehow 25-30 I earn. Like that. Scholars also you have seen in the college. How many of you had friends, scholars? If you ask them, so are your studies for exam? Are you ready? No, actually a lot of syllabus is to be studied. How many of you see? एंड योर डफर फ्रेंड्स हैं वो तो क्या है वो तो हो जाएगा वो तो कुछ बड़ी बात नहीं मैंने पिछले एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ा था हालांकि फेल हो गया वो एग्जाम में ही विल बी लाइक दैट ही इज नॉट सो सीरियस एंड द स्कॉलर वी नो ही हैज स्टडीड एवरीथिंग बट ही विल ऑलवेज टेल नहीं सम चैप्टर्स आर नॉट येट स्टडीड हाँ yes he will have 93 95 96% out of 100 and you ask him so you had studied very nicely no actually दो क्वेश्चन का मैंने अच्छे से मार्क्स नहीं तो 100 ही आना चाहिए था ना like that. So this is 10th. Chakravartipad writes, his path of entering and living is not clear. The effects of his acts are not known before they manifest. Niguda karya. His intentions in doing something are unknown. His wealth and knowledge are very secret. He has the greatness and qualities and the chief influence of Vishnu. His nature is unseen by others, like Varuna, that is Pracheta. The above qualities are seen in Varuna as the controller of the ocean. Different demigods' qualities are manifest in him. 11th. Durasado durvishaha asannopि vidurvat नैवाभिभवितुं शक्यो वेनारण्युत्थितो अनलः. King Prithu was born of the dead body of King Vena, as fire is produced from Arni wood. Thus King Prithu will always remain just like fire, and his enemies will not be able to approach him. Indeed, he will be unbearable to his enemies. For although staying very near him, they will never be able to approach him, but will have to remain as if far away. No one will be able to overcome the strength of King Prithu. That Arani is a kind of fuel used to ignite fire by friction. Sacrifice time it is required. Though born of Vena, who was sinful, he would still remain just like fire. Just as fire is not easily approached, King Prithu would be unapproachable by his enemies, even though they would appear to be very near him. The fire is unbearable. Commentary. He is not near his evil enemies, and when close to them, he is intolerable to them. The best of enemies cannot tolerate him. He arose from churning of the Arni wood in the form of Vena. In the sacrificial fire, they use that Arni wood, isn't it? They don't have this matchstick and kerosene, petrol, lighter. They have that upper portion, lower portion, and they have that friction, and a spark is generated, and something like that. So here, Vena's body was like that. It was churned like Arani wood, and Pruthu's body manifested. 12th one. Antarbahishcha bhutanam पश्यन् कर्माणि चारणैः उदासीन इवाध्यक्षो वायुरात्मेव देहिनाम्. King Prithu will be able to see all the internal and external activities of every one of his citizens. Still, no one will be able to know his system of espionage, and he himself will remain neutral regarding all matters of glorification of or vilification paid to him. He will be exactly like air, the life air force within the body, which is exhibited internally and externally, but is always neutral to all affairs. Espionage means spying, undercover work. So how his spies will be spread here, there in the kingdom, how they are finding out information and they are informing the king. This will be a top secret. Nobody will know that. And some people will glorify him, some people will vilify him, but he will not, he will be neutral about it. Compared to air, life force, they go internal, external, all everywhere, but neutral to all affairs, isn't it? Air goes in our body, air comes out of our body, but air is neutral. Similarly, life airs also. Throughout life, they will be wandering in our body. At the end of our life, they will just leave through one of the 9 holes, and they are neutral. So, like that, Pruthu also will be. Chakratipad writes, seeing by personally moving about and through spice, charanaihi, he will be unattached, udasinaha. So, king also would disguise himself as a normal citizen, and he would go in the city, check how people are doing. Are they happy? Are they truthful? So, he will personally also be moving about as far as that spying espionage is concerned. But apart from that, through spies also, charanai. वो चरण करेंगे, चरण करने वाले चारणे, वो ये वाले चारण नहीं, वो चारण गंधर्व वो भी घूमते फिरते हैं, इसलिए वो चारण है, लेकिन ये किंग के चारण है, स्पाइस. He will be unattached. Though attached to his servants and ministers, he will appear to them to be unattached. He is like Sutratma, Vayuhu, the thread passing through the whole universe. He is the superintendent, like Antaryami, Atma. So one of the names of Vayu seems to be Sutratma, thread passing through the whole universe. Sutra, Sutre Manigana Iva. The pearls are strung on thread, isn't it? Sutra. So Sutra, Atma. The universe has Atma, and that is Vayu. Sutratma. That's why when Hanumanji was struck on the chin by Indra with his thunderbolt, he fell unconscious. Vayu, his father, Hanuman's father, became very upset. He withdrew air from the entire universe. Everybody started suffocating, including the demigods. They all pleaded to him, please, please, please. Without Vayu, we cannot survive. So Vayu is the thread passing through the entire whole universe. But he's also like the superintendent, like Antaryami, Atma. 13th. Na dandyam dandayattesha suta atma dvisham api sutam atma dvishad api dandayatyatmajam api dandyam dharmapathe sthitah. Since this king will always remain on the path of piety, he will be neutral to both his son and the son of his enemy. If the son of his enemy is not punishable, he will not punish him. But if his own son is punishable, he will immediately punish him. He is not partial. I heard that Prahlad Maharaj's son Virochan was in love with one daughter of a sage. And in that hermitage or some other hermitage, there was another Rishiputra. He also was in love with that girl. So then one girl loved by two. She is Rishiputri, and one Rishiputra loves her, and Virochan is also loving her. Ultimately, the matter came to Prahlad. So then Virochan is emotionally kind of saying, Father, you please understand, I love her so much, and all that. That means you should make sure that she marries me. She should become my wife. And that Rishiputra says, I know, Prahlad Maharaj, you have got mercy of nothing in childhood only, and you are ideal king. You will not be just partial to your son. You will thoroughly analyze and you will give the justice. So I'm not worried that you will be partial and all that. So he was very confident. So for Prahlad also, it was a very peculiar case. So what he did, it seems, so that he asked that girl, what is the case? So she said, your son loves me. But it seems that she loved the Rishiputra and he also loved her. Because he is Kshatriya, Virochan. So she cannot think so much about Kshatriya. For her to love a Kshatriya is not so easy. You understand? No? She is natural, simple. For her to become queen, Virochan's wife, this was never dreamt of by her. So she was also liking that Rishiputra. So then, and there Kayadu and Prahlad's wife, they are also pressurizing him that, see, Virochan loves that girl so much. Prahlad, Kayadu is saying. And then his wife, whatever the name of Prahlad's wife, she's also saying, please, our son, miss, they're kind of pressurizing him for, what do you call, uh, making sure that the girl marries Virochan. So then Prahlad, when the time came, after all analysis and all that, he said that though Virochan loves this girl, but the girl is in love with Rishiputra and Rishiputra also loves her. So she will marry Rishiputra only. All Kayadhu, Prahlad's wife, Virochan, they are devastated. What is this? Three people are upset. And here two people are happy. That girl and Rishiputra. And Prahlad is neutral. He has nothing to do. Not that, he's my son, so I should be partial. He's after all going to be the next king. No, not like that. You might have heard in the bygone ages, there was once one king was taking prasadam and bell rang. So bell was for any citizen who was in distress and all that. So then he sent the attendant and go and check who is in trouble. So he looked through the window down. So there was grass over there and cow was grazing there. And he came back and said, no, actually a cow is grazing there on the grass. But once that rope came in her mouth. So then king continued taking prasad. Again the bell rang. Now this time he stopped eating. He went down and he saw there was cow and in her eyes there were tears. So he was wondering what's the problem and the cow cannot speak. So then he went very close and the cow caught his dhoti, started pulling. So he also went behind her. So she went to the royal highway. And on the royal highway there was her calf who was in bloody pool, in the pool of blood, like that, big accident. Then the king inquired from the people who were around that calf, who was trembling and all that, and the cow was crying. So then the citizens were silent. He asked who did this to the calf, and they were silent. They were not speaking. Then he became very angry. He said, tell me, what is that? So then one of them said, Maharaj, this calf was there on the road and Prince, he was on the chariot and he was going with high speed and the chariot went over the calf and the calf met with this accident. So immediately the king said, ask the prince to come to this place. So the soldiers went and asked the prince and then the king made him stand on the road. And then the king got on the chariot and with high speed he took the chariot over the body of the prince. Because that calf is also my praja. Anybody born in the state is the citizen of that said state. Not just because, oh no, only human beings are the citizen, isn't it? Isn't a citizen, praja. Bharat ki praja kitni hai? We'll only say that 130 or 140 crore, isn't it? Do we include in that cows, trees? Never. All the birds? Never. But kings earlier were not like that. They were very, very equal to all. Another king, South Indian king, he went to forest and he found one creeper was going on the tree like this, like this, like this. But then what happened? The tree was not of great height and the creeper was going up, up, up. And upper portion of the creeper could not get support because the tree was short height. So then that upper portion was hanging down because there is no getting support. Na? Lower portion was nicely supported, but upper portion was hanging down like this. What the king did, he took his chariot, which was made of complete silver. He took it very close to that tree, and the upper portion of the creeper, he wound it to the chariot. Then he got off the chariot and he came walking to the kingdom. ये सारे पागल राजा है, अरे बाबा इतना सिल्वर का चैरियट उधर ही छोड़ के आ गया, ये भी कोई तरीका है? नहीं, पागल नहीं है वो। तो दिखाओ, isn't it? If your son or daughter is in terrible sickness and the doctor says you need to give 20 lakhs, will you not sell your silver chariot? Isn't it? To save the life of your child. So, like that, king considered Praja to be his sons and daughters. He was like father. There's no question of being partial to only children born from, like Suruchi is saying, Dhruva, you cannot sit there because you are not born from my womb. If you have to sit there, you can sit. But for that, you have to be born from my womb. That means what? This body you have to give up. You have to commit suicide or somehow die. And next life, you can be born from my womb. Then only you will be qualified to sit on the lap of King Uttanapada. So this kind of partiality was never employed by kings. They were equal to all citizens. Absolutely. So he, very nice example he has given. If the son of his enemy is not punishable, he will not punish him. But if his own son is punishable, he will immediately punish him. So that is 13th. 14th. अस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रम पृथोरामानसाचलात् वर्तते भगवान अर्को यावत् तपति गोगणः. Just as the sun god expands his shining rays up to the Arctic region without impedance, the influence of King Prithu will cover all tracts of land up to the Arctic region and will remain undisturbed as long as he lives. How many of you read fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially 16 to 28 chapters, last chapters? So you might have come across there that Manasottar, Lokalok mountain, and on that one wheel of sun god's chariot is there. Other wheel is on the top of Mount Sumeru. And another invisible axle goes to Dhruvalok. And this, what you call, wheel keeps moving on Manasottar, that top. And it moves also in a different, that we'll study in next time, but I'm just giving you an idea. And then beyond that, the sunlight doesn't reach. The sun's light goes only up to that Lokalok mountain only. That's why you'll find when Krishna took Arjun on chariot in order to meet Mahavishnu. So once they reached that kind of border of the Bhurlok, then this Lokalok mountains came. Loka Alok. There is light on one side and darkness on other side. Why? Because sun is on this side, is in the middle, kind of. So that's why sunlight is reaching. But then that side, other side of that mountain, which are very high, so the sunlight is not able to reach only. So there is darkness over there. So when Krishna's chariot entered in that Lokalok mountains, it was complete dark and the horses got bewildered because it's dark. They are going with high speed. What if they hit something? So then Krishna released this Sudarshan Chakra, which went in front of the chariot and was so dazzling, effulgent that the horses could see clearly. And then they crossed and went to Mahavishnu. Similarly, Yamuna also, Ganga and Yamuna come from Golok Vrindavan only. Separately they come. Then they meet together. And then again, when they fall in this world, our earth, so they fall in two different places, Gangotri and Yamunotri. Yamunotri, that is Kalinda. She is the daughter of Kalinda king. That's why she is called a Kalindi also. So she falls there on the Kalinda Parvat, whereas Ganga falls in different place. Gangotri kind of. And then again after some, they travel through Himalayas, all these Uttarakhand and all. And ultimately at Prayagraj again they meet with Saraswati also. So Triveni Sangam, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. And they flow kind of together. The understanding is the one on the right side is Ganga and the one on the left side is Yamuna. This is acceptable. So then they both together go to Bay of Bengal. So before that they have conversation also. The Ganga says, I will be going down to Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal, like that, on the order of the Supreme Lord. But Yamuna said, no, 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 I cannot bear separation. Yamuna is expansion of Vishaka Devi, hmm? Vishaka Sakhi. So she says, I cannot bear separation from my Lord. I will go back to Golok Vrindavan. So Ganga says, oh, I cannot come directly. I have to go down. So then Ganga goes down at Ganga Sagar. She goes down, 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 down. That's why she's called a Tribhuvana Pavani. But Yamuna starts going lateral, horizontal. So this Jambu Dweep, after that, salt water ocean is there. So she crosses that. Then next Dweep, whichever, Kraunchi Dweep, Shalmali Dweep, Lakshadweep. So then next, whatever the sugarcane juice water and then that water, this water, oceans. She crosses all and then she reaches Lokalok mountain. She climbs up the Lokalok mountains and then she goes to the universal shell and she goes out of the universe and she goes back to Golok Vrindavan. This is the trajectory of Yamuna. She doesn't travel. As I said, they come from Golok, but they kind of come together. But then the again manifestation on earth is separately, little distance away, Gangotri and Yamunotri. And then again they flow separately, but again they meet at Prayag. And then onwards they are together, east side Ganga, west side. Then again in Ganga Sagar, they merge in the Bay of Bengal. But Ganga goes downward, Yamuna goes lateral, and she goes Lokalok mountains like that. Sun's rays reach only up to Lokalok mountains, and upward they go up to Swargalok, Bhurlok, Bhuvarlok, Swargalok. That's why in Gayatri mantra, Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha, because that is referring to Hiranyagarbha, Lord Narayan, in on Sun planet. So that sun's rays reach only up to three planetary systems. They don't go below. Below lower planetary systems have snakes, and on the top of their hoods there are very brilliant shining gems. They give light, and that's how illumination happens. And upper planet system there is a different system of illumination. Sunlight doesn't reach there. So only three: Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha. So anyway, this is he's compared to sun, Arka. Bhagwan Arko. Yavat tapati gogani. Anyway, this is the 14th. Chakram means his order, his army, or the will of his chariot. His influence will spread up to Manasottar mountain. What extent is that? It is as far as the sun's rays extend. Yeah, sun's rays cannot cross Manasottar mountain. 15 to 19th is various qualities of King Pruthu. 15th. Ranjayishati yanlokam ayam atmavicheshtitaihi athamumahu rajanam manoranjanakai prajaha. This king will please everyone by his practical activities, and all of his citizens will remain very satisfied. Because of this, the citizens will take great satisfaction in accepting him as their ruling king. Now, you see, till now he was compared to different demigods, Moon, Varun, Arka, but now different section. His qualities, how he will satisfy his citizens, etc. Chakrodipad writes, because the world will be pleased by his acts, which give happiness to the mind, manaha ranjanakaihi, मनोरंजन, मन का रंजन करने वाले, आनंद देने वाले, मनोरंजन. They will call him king. Raja or Raj is derived in two ways. Some say Raj comes from Rajati, he shines. Here it is said that Raja comes from Ranjayati, he attracts or pleases. Two meanings are there to the word Raj. That's why it's called a Raja. He shines and he attracts or pleases. 16th. Drudavratah satyasandho ब्रह्मण्यो वृद्धसेवकः शरण्यः सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीनवत्सलः. The king will be firmly determined and always situated in truth. He will be a lover of the Brahminical culture and will render all services to old men and give shelter to all surrendered souls. Giving respect to all, he will always be merciful to the poor and innocent. So he'll give shelter to all surrendered souls. Parikshit Maharaj was also glorified like that. In the purport, Prabhupada says, Vruddha Sevaka term, significant. Vruddha means old man. There are two kinds of old men. One is old by age, Vayo Vruddha, and another is old by knowledge, Jnana Vruddha. This Sanskrit word indicates that one can be older by the advancement of knowledge. King Prithu was very respectful to the Brahmins and he protected them. He also protected persons advanced in age. Whatever the king would decide to do, no one would be able to stop. This is called Druda Sankalpa or Druda Vrata. I have heard third also, Raishambru says, Bhakti Vruddha. अच्छा शीला वृद्ध है character. But bhakti will include Shila. Yasyasti bhaktir. Bhagavati Akinchana. Sarvair guna. So in that guna's topmost guna is character. So that way it will be covered. But bhakti vruddha is also because the jnanis will be having jnana, but bhaktas have bhakti. So jnana vayo vruddha, jnana vruddha and bhakti vruddha. But here two are told. Sometimes somebody may be less in age, but he may have a lot of knowledge, so we respect him. We may even call him Prabhuji and all that. He may be hardly 19, 20 years old, but has studied the scriptures like anything. We don't even know the names of the scriptures which he has read and is commenting on, and we have never heard the name of that scripture also. So he needs to be respected. He is Jnana Vruddha. And some others may be young in age, but Bhakti Vruddha. How many of you know some guru's age is less, but some of the disciples' age is more? How many of you know some gurus like that? His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, this is in 96 when I would be new in Kunjabihari temple. That time there was one devotee, he was 82 years old. Now Maharaj is 77. So 96, around 30 years back, he was around 47 years old, approximate, isn't it? 47, 48, Maharaj, below 50. And that disciple was 82 years old, on Prabhu, very old. And he was disciple of His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. Similarly, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, this is in 1998, I think. That time Maharaj was around 48 years old. And he had one disciple, Valmiki Prabhu or Valmiki Rishi Prabhu. He was 82 years or 80 years, something like that. Very well. So you see, they are so senior in age, Vayavruddha. But they have taken Diksha, subordinated themselves to a guru who is quite young. 48, 47, huh? Yeah, because the gurus are Bhakti Vruddha and also Jnana Vruddha also. Fortunately, we did not have to bend our ego that much. Our gurus are all at least 20, 25 years. For you, I think most of you, your gurus must be 30 plus years. No? For me, my Guru Maharaj is 28 years elder to me. But I believe most of you will have gurus who they will be at least 30, 32, 35 years. Prabhu is doing calculation, I think. How much is my Guru Maharaj elder to me? Which year he was born, which year I was born, and how much is the gap? Different. Huh? Huh? 46. My God. Anybody more than 46? 52. What is your age? Huh? 29. And Maharaj, if he was here, he would be 82. 29 and 82. So 33. Sorry, 53. My God, 53 years gap. Quite a lot. And for you, your guru will be like grandfather only. Na? For me, my guru is like father. Because, in fact, my father's age was more and Guru Maharaj. But my brother is 10 years elder to me. You understand? So for him, for my elder brother, my father is like father. For me, my father is little more also. But Guru Maharaj is exactly like my father. Means that age, 28 years, or no? The man will marry at the age of 20, 25. So 25, 26. And he'll produce first child at the age of 27, 28. So it's exact like that. In fact, you are also still older only. There are younger god brothers of yours. For them, your guru will be like, 50, maybe 60 also. At least 55, 60 around. Quite a lot of difference. Anyway, we went too far. What was our discussion? That Jnana Vruddha, that's why Vaya Vruddha and Bhakti Vruddha, that's why discussion came. Okay, anyway. So that is 16th. Satya Sandaha means true to his promise. He will be true to scriptural vows, Druda Vrataha, and everyday promises. Satya Sandaha. That is the difference. See, Druda Vrata means true to scriptural vows. That is Druda Vrataha. But Satya Sandha is different. Everyday promises, when you fulfill and all that, then you are called as Satya Sandha. For him, both the words were used. Drudavrataha Satya Sandho. Drudavrata is scriptural vows. Whatever scriptural vows he had taken, he was fulfilling them, following very perfectly. And similarly, everyday promises also he was following. That is the difference. 17th. Matru Bhakti Parastrishu Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanah Prajasu Pitru Vat Snigdaha Kinkaro Brahmavadinam. The king will respect all women as if they were his own mother, and he will treat his own wife as the other half of his body, Ardhangini. He will be just like an affectionate father to his citizens, Pitruvat, and he will treat himself as the most obedient servant of the devotees, Kinkaroho, who always preach the glories of the Lord, Brahmavadinam. Prabhupada in purport says, so you know these three symptoms of a learned person, Panditah, Matruvat Paradareshu, Paradravyeshu Loshtravat, Atmavat Sarvabhuteshu, Ya Pashyati, Sa Panditah. He sees others' wives as mothers, like mother, others' wealth as garbage, and he treats others the way he wants to be treated by others. These are the three symptoms of any learned person. We can all cross check ourselves. Do I see others' wives as mothers? And do I consider others' wealth as garbage? And do I treat others the way I wish to be treated by others? Prabhupada in purport says, education does not mean having academic degrees only. One should execute what he has learned in his personal life. So if you see what we studied in our academics, how much are we executing in personal life? That it has nothing to do in one sense. Alpha, beta, gamma, all that we studied. M1, M2, M3 in engineering. It has vectors. Here we are not matching with other devotee. But there we have to see the vectors. So these degrees, academic degrees, all useless. That Vidyara Vilase song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur can be sung and you can see what he's speaking. According to Vedic etiquette, if a devotee came to a king's palace, the king would immediately offer his own seat to him. In fact, king is addressed as Maharaj. He has a huge kingdom to rule over. He has been ruling for decades. And when a sage comes to his kingdom, what does he address? The king addresses that sage as Maharaj. Right? That sage, what kingdom? Is he having at least half the size of the king's kingdom? 1/4, 1/10, 100, 1,000? No question. He doesn't have a patch of land also to stay or to stand upon. And his hermitage in the forest is not his land or his father's land or his grandfather's land. So why is he called Maharaj? Because he has conquered much greater kingdom than the king's kingdom, called as kingdom of mind and senses, which is spread all throughout the creation, not just universe. And this sage has conquered this, what you call, longest, farthest, or huge, biggest kingdom of mind and senses. That's why he's addressed as Maharaj. So he's given immediately the royal throne, which is made up of gold and bedecked with emeralds, pearls, uh, and rubies, diamonds. He's made to sit and looks so odd. That is such a effulgent throne. And he sits, he's a pauper, he's very skinny fellow, clothes are torn and little dirty. But the king has made the sage to sit on that. Yeah, he deserves it. He has absolutely no attachment to that throne and all that. Chakravarti Pad writes, he will be affectionate to his wife as if she were half of his body. So she's called a better half. A man is not complete without his wife. So she's called Ardhangini, half of him. Half of your body, what all you can do with your half of your body? Can you eat food? Only. How will you do? Lifting very heavy objects. Lighter object you can lift with that one half. But very heavy object is there. 30 kg, 40 kg. How will you lift with half of your body? So man becomes complete because of his wife. This is for Grahasthas. For you, you are complete with your guru. Huh? Guru is your husband, you are wife. Don't think you are the man and oh, I am half only. Huh? I am incomplete without a woman. No, no, no. You are a woman. You are other half. You are Ardhangini. And other half is your guru. So be connected to your guru. Complete the mission of your guru. Guru remains incomplete without you assisting him in his mission. So make your guru complete by attaching your Ardhangini body to Guru's Ardhanga body. Understood? Otherwise don't think, प्रभु जी ने क्या बोला? वो आपके लिए नहीं था, वो गृहस्थों के लिए था. Okay. 18th. देहिनाम आत्मवत् प्रेष्ठः सुहृदां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्तसङ्गप्रसङ्गोऽयं दण्डपाणिरसाधुषु. The king will consider all embodied living entities as dear as his own self, and he will always be increasing the pleasures of his friends. He will intimately associate with liberated persons, and he will be a chastising hand to all impious persons. He has amazing ways of working. Dehina means embodied. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. All 8.4 million species of life. That is, Chakratipas writes, he will increase happiness, Nandi Vardhanaha, in friends. He will take association of materially detached persons, Mukta Sangha. 19th. Ayam tu sakshat bhagavam stradhishaha kuthastha atma kalayavatirnaha yasminna vidya rachitam nirarthakam पश्यन्ति नात्मा पश्यन्ति नाना त्वमपि प्रतीतम्. This king is the master of the three worlds and he is directly empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is without change and he is an incarnation of the Supreme known as a Shaktavesh Avatar. Being a liberated soul and completely learned, he sees all material varieties as meaningless because their basic principle is nescience. Prabhupada talks in the second paragraph, Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha. A Nitya Mukta never forgets his position as the eternal servant of the Supreme Person of Godhead. One who does not forget this position, and knows that he is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord is Nitya Mukta. So for us it is very easy. How many of you feel you are Nitya Baddha? How many of you want to be Nitya Mukta? Just don't forget your eternal position of being servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishna Nitya Das. Keep chanting this mantra. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishna Nitya Das. 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 Till night you sleep. Again somebody wakes you up in the night. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishna Nitya Das. And mean it also. Then you are Nitya Mukta. But Prabhu, what about chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra? So there you can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But at the back of your mind, know that I am servant of Krishna, eternal servant. Jiv Krishna Das, yahi Vishwas, kar le to aar, dukha na hai. There will not be any distress if I only realize that I am Krishna's eternal servant. Prabhupada has quoted Vidya Vinay Sampanne. And last line he says, there was no possibility of his viewing the material world as reality. We should also know that all our life is like a drama only. Isn't it? Like now in drama I am teacher and in drama you are student. So you are trying to behave like best students and I am trying to behave like best teacher. That's it. And afterwards drama gets over. And it is true. Very soon maybe you all are thinking time is over already. Drama is over, but Prabhuji liked the drama so much. Continuing the drama. Hope he will not make it eternal drama. So yeah, this drama will get over. Our roles will change. Our goal should not change. Sometimes we pursue our roles so much, we may be distracted from our goals. So don't forget the goals while giving too much importance to roles. With all roles, we have to take just the need of the time, instruction of the guru. So we take that role. Then his instruction says, now you take that role. So we take that role. The roles will change, goals will not change. Goal will be always to please Hari Guru Vaishnavas. Commentary. In the Lord, sages present see variety made of ignorance to be meaningless or insubstantial, like variety in a dream perceived by the imposition of gross and subtle bodies on the jiva. So all this variety by ignorance, that is not there in the Lord. It is insubstantial in Him. 28th. 22 to 21. Prediction of Pruthu's future activities. But the chapter goes till 27. Devotee have already calculated. Where will Prabhu break, or is he going to go till 27th? So for your pleasure, I think I should go 27th till this. So I am also confused. I thought 27th will reach, but we have not yet reached. Anyway, tomorrow we can complete, but just 2021 we'll see maybe. 28th. Ayam bhuvo mandalamodayadrer गोप्ते कबीरो नरदेवनाथः आस्थाय जैत्रं रथमात्तचापः पर्यस्यते दक्षिणतो यथार्कः. This king, being uniquely powerful and heroic, will have no competitor. He will travel around the globe on his victorious chariot, holding his invincible bow in his hand and appearing exactly like the sun, which rotates in its own orbit from the south. Again, some analogy has come comparing with demigod, but anyway. In this verse, Yatharkaha indicates the sun is not fixed but is rotating in its orbit, which is set by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yasyadnaya Brahmati Sambhuta Kala Chakro. By the order of the Supreme, the Kala Chakra, that means sun rotates. The sun rotates in its own orbit at the rate of 16,000 miles per second. Haribo. If you sometimes run on that treadmill machine and you feel proud that I had pressed the speed of 12. Have you tried? How many of you tried on the treadmill? You know, I do every day. So 6 is normal, 9 is okay, 12 is very fast, 15 will be too high. So if anytime you press 12 and succeed or 15 and succeed, don't be proud. Know that sun rotates at the speed of 16,000 miles per second. अगर सन को लाएंगे वो ट्रेडमिल मशीन, बोले ये तो क्या है ये, वो आते ही ट्रेडमिल मशीन जल की खाक होके उसका राख भी नहीं बचेगा, उसका molten liquid also will not remain. Only and the whole building also will be burnt. So sun is very high speed. The Himalayan mountains from which the sunrise is first seen are called Udayachal or Udayadri. Prabhupada is quoting in Himalayas. I don't know how, but Himalayas in north direction. Sunrise is on eastern side. Next paragraph. An ideal king should be understood to be God in human form, Naradev. Chakrotipad says he will travel clockwise, extending up to Sunrise Mountain. He is not saying Himalaya, but Sunrise Mountain. And clockwise he will travel. 21st. Asmai Nrupalaha Kila Tatra Tatra Balim Harishanti Salokapalaha Mansyanta Esham Striya Adirajam Chakra Yudham Tadyasha Uddharantyah. When the king travels all over the world, other kings as well as the demigods will offer him all kinds of presentations. Their queens will also consider him the original king who carries in his hands the emblems of club and disc and will sing of his fame, or he will be as reputable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is a maintainer also for others. Eko Bahunam Yuvidadati Kaman, Prabhupada is quoting. He is carrying the reputation of Supreme Lord because reigning over the world in that capacity. Chakravarti writes, the wives glorifying him will know him as the first king. Little bit, can we extend 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Is it okay? Tomorrow you'll end early for sure. 22nd. 22nd? He has not written only anything. Whatever the section is, there is not mentioned. Now 22nd. Ayam mahim gam duduhe adhirajah prajapatiruತ್ತಿkarha prajanam यो लीलयाद्रिन् स्वशरासकोट्या भिन्दन् समां ग्वां करोद्य यथेन्द्रः अकरोद्य यथेन्द्रः. This king, this protector of the citizens, is an extraordinary king and is equal to the Prajapati demigods. For the living facility of all citizens, he will milk the earth, which is like a cow. Not only that, but he will level the surface of the earth with the pointed ends of his bow, breaking all the hills exactly as King Indra, the heavenly king, breaks mountains with his powerful thunderbolt. Thakrodipad writes, how did the women glorify Prithu? 4 verses answer. Thus the verses are in the past tense. So just as Indra broke mountains with the tip of his bow, Prithu would milk the earth. So this is glorification by women. 4 verses are there, it seems. 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm not sure exactly which verses. 22 plus 4. Twenty-two to 25. These verses 22, 23, 24, 25. 4 verses. Women glorifying Prithu Maharaj. And thus the verses are in the past tense. Why past tense? But the activities have not yet happened, no? Okay, you find out. 23rd. विस्फुर्जयन्ना जगवं धनु स्वयं यदाचरत् क्षाम विषय्यमाजौ तदा दिश्य संतो लांगूलमुद्यम्य यथा मृगेन्द्रः. When the lion travels in the forest with its tail turned upward, all menial animals hide themselves. Similarly, when King Prithu will travel all over his kingdom and vibrate the string of his bow, which is made of the horns of goats and bulls and is irresistible in battle, all demoniac rogues and thieves will hide themselves in all directions. He is compared to lion, and his bow is made up of horns of goats and bulls. Again, that same point has come. In India, Kshatriya kings are still called Sim, which means lion. Pratap Singh, like that. It's saying most regrettable when a woman becomes the executive head instead of a lion like king. He says, Vishwaso naiva kartavyo strishu rajakuleshu. Never believe in a woman and a politician. Unless rogues, thieves, and other demonic people in a state are afraid of the executive head who rules the kingdom with a strong hand, there cannot be peace or prosperity in the state. Thus, it is most regrettable when a woman becomes the executive head instead of a lion like king. In such a situation, the people are considered very unfortunate because she is not very powerful. Anyway, nowadays it is democracy, the king hardly comes in picture. kind of president or prime minister. But at least earlier, just by seeing like Maharana Pratap and all, I heard that the armor he would wear was around 35 kg in weight. Can you imagine? You imagine you are given sweaters and jackets to wear, and all together the weight comes 35 kg. How will you walk? अरे गोली मारो इसको, मुझे नहीं चाहिए, चलने को ही नहीं आ रहा मुझे. अटेंडेंस तो लगा दिया, बट टेम्पल हॉल आई एम नॉट एबल टू रीच. So 35 kg weight of his armor. Can you imagine? And this is only armor. Then he has sword, which is also how much? 20 kg or something. Huh? 70? My God. Huh? One Muslim king going riding on the horse in the battle, Prataprudra raised his thing and he cut him fully along with the horse. Horse and the king both were into two pieces. Can you imagine? What strength of that sword, the weight and the strength of the arms of Prataprudra. This is not Pratap, Maharana Pratap. Isn't it? For us, sometimes cutting a potato, which is hardened and all, or beetroot maybe. Again, tutta hi nahi ho, katta hi nahi. And we give dosh to that knife. क्या है ये? Sharp नहीं है. अरे, you don't have strength in your arms like that. So he was very powerful. So man should be the top head. Chakratipas writes, just as a lion walking about with raised tail, Prithu wandered the earth twanging his bow. 24. Esho ashwamedhan shatamajahara saraswati pradhurbhavi yatra aharshidasya hayam purandaraha शतक्रतुश्च शतक्रतुश्चरमे वर्तमाने. At the source of the river Saraswati, this king will perform 100 sacrifices known as Ashwamedh. In the course of the last sacrifice, the heavenly king Indra will steal the sacrificial horse. Where is the source of Saraswati? In the Himalayas. Where Vyas Gufa is there, just little ahead, there is start of Saraswati. And she flows with such high speed and so much noise. I heard devotees saying that because of that noise, Vyasdev was writing scriptures, he was not happy. So he cursed her that may you disappear. So she just flows little distance and she disappears in the earth. And then she kind of appears in Prayagraj maybe. They're also kind of invisible. So she is kind of underground only, hardly much visible. Saraswati. 25th. एष स्वसद्योपवने समेत्य सनत्कुमारं भगवन्तमेकम् आराध्य भक्त्या लभताम् अलं त्यज तज ज्ञानं यतो ब्रह्म परं विदन्ति. This king Prithu will meet Sanat Kumar, one of the four Kumars, in the garden of his palace compound. The king will worship him with devotion and will be fortunate to receive instructions by which one can enjoy transcendental bliss. Here it is said Sanat Kumar mainly, though if you see that photo shows four. I think all four came, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat Kumar. But Sanat Kumar is mentioned especially by them. 26th. Tatra tatra girastasta इति विश्रुत विक्रमः श्रोष्यत्यात्मा श्रितागाथः पृथुः पृथुपराक्रमः. In this way, when the chivalrous activities of King Prithu come to be known to the people in general, King Prithu will always hear about himself and his uniquely powerful activities. Prabhupada in purport says, one should not artificially advertise oneself and enjoy so-called reputation. That is conceit. Prithu Maharaj was famous amongst the people because of his chivalrous activities. He did not have to advertise himself artificially. One's factual reputation cannot be covered. Chakravarti Pad says, in various places, famous words will be spoken by these women, wives of the Devatas mentioned in verse 21. Atma Ashritaha. This will be repeated in future. That will be seen. Whatever they are saying, that will be seen in future. Atma Ashritaha means stories told by their own skills. The verbs are in past tense since when they glorified Prutu, the events had already occurred. Okay, so it seems like this is a Kram. Sequence is changed by Shukdev Goswami. It seems. These things happened later. After the activities happened, Prutu did all these activities, whatever they mentioned, 4 verses. After that, these women glorified King Prutu. That's why they are saying everything in past tense. Here only because of sequence we are feeling how these things are coming before. No, but they actually glorified. Shukdev Goswami went in ecstasy several times, and that's why the sequence has changed in Bhagavatam. That's why eventually Jiva Goswami wrote Krama Sandarbha, narrating all these pastimes in sequence, Krama. He wrote Shat Sandarbhas, Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Bhakti Priti Sandarbha. But then he felt this Krama is also important. And in particularly for 10th canto, he wrote everything in sequence, and that is Sri Gopal Champu. There the things are, entire 10th canto is in sequence. Certainly there are many more things which are not to be seen in this Srimad Bhagavatam, which Jiva Goswami has very wonderfully described there. And in the last, 27th verse, Disho Vijatya Pratiruddha Chakraha स्वतेजसोत्पाटित लोकशल्यः सुरासुरेन्द्रैरुपगीयमानम् उपगीयमान महानुभावो भविता पतिर्भुवः. No one will be able to discover the orders of Prithu Maharaj after no one, that's what I wanted. No one will be able to disobey the orders of Prithu Maharaj. After conquering the world, he will completely eradicate the threefold miseries of the citizens. Then he will be recognized all over the world. At that time, both the Suras and the Asuras will undoubtedly glorify his magnanimous activities. At that time, there was emperor only. Many subordinate states were there, but top there was Emperor Prabhu Singh. As soon as there were some discrepancies in the maintenance of the Varnashram system, the emperor would immediately take charge of the small states. And next paragraph. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthir, there did not even exist severe cold or scorching heat, nor did the citizens suffer from any kind of mental anxiety. Vyadhi and Adhi, physical illnesses, diseases, Vyadhi, and mental disturbances, Adhi. Vyadhaya, Adhaya, both were missing, not existing during Yudhishthira Maharaj's time. You might have studied in first canto that Kamam Vavarsha Parjanyo Sarva Kama Dukamai Shichishu, all that. And last lines, if one is able to eradicate completely the threefold miseries of the citizens, he should aspire to rule the world. One should not aspire to rule for any political or diplomatic consideration. Just like first verse of Sri Upadeshamrut. If one has conquered the 6 RJs, he can go around the world and have disciples from all the corners of the world. No problem. What is that last line? Acho vegam manasugram jiva vegam udara upasangam jiva etan vegan vision sarvam api mam prithvim sa shishyat. He can. Somebody who has not controlled his own urges and he is going around looking for a disciple, please become my disciple, that is foolishness. Similarly, one who can help the citizens to overcome, to not have threefold miseries only, eradicates them completely from his kingdom, then he can be the emperor, not for some political or diplomatic consideration. Okay, any question? I doubt now whether you'll ask question. Okay, chalo. Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj? Huh.
Where it is?
I have seen it in a movie which is based on Vishnu Puran. It's a video clip or something I saw in one devotee's thing. Vishnu Puran seems to have a lot of stories. Better we read Vishnu Puran because here there might have changed little bit. But overall they cannot change. Yes.
Prabhuji kind of mentioned sometime in the scriptures what will be done by the grace personalities. Even in Prabhupada case also we see that it is already horoscope. So in bhakti point of view, it is, I said that is not never a fixed, means bhakti is always a choice. Or is bhakti is also fixed? Means it will be he will be a great saint or like that.
Lord's mercy is also there. There is Daiva and Purushartha. Daiva means what has already is destined based on your previous karma and all that. So that's bound to happen. And apart from that, Purushartha is also there. Now you are also doing many things. So that. Yesterday I was reading Skanda Puran part. So there Parvati is going for performing austerities to gain Shiva, who is her earlier husband as Sati. So then she's going for severe austerities. So parents, Himwan and Menka, they uh, they said, no, daughter, please don't go for, ultimately, if it is in your karma, you will get him as husband and all. You don't have to worry. So she says, no, 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 no. It is not just Daiva. It is Purushartha also and Lord's mercy also. Three factors, she says. Daiva also, Purushartha also, and Lord's mercy also. So for devotees, in one sense, all three will be there in action. Some things are already written, like 108 temples he'll open, like that. And some Purushartha maybe, especially Krishna, may arrange some things which are not destined also. So we should be active. We cannot say, Dere Hari, Palangavari. Whatever is there in my destiny will come automatically on the bed. I will not do anything. No, we should be active. Satatam kirtayantam. Keep doing devotional activities. So according to your karma, you may have some certain amount of fame which you are supposed to get. Raisham Pro was telling once, many years back, that I am president of this ISKCON Pune temple. That was, this temple was not there, Kunjabari. In one sense, it will be kind of natural because I did MTech from IIT Powai. I was a gold medalist and I got into Thermax. I was senior design executive. And if I would have remained in the company, maybe I would have been something like a president, like that. So I rejected all that. So I'm here now in ISKCON. So I'm president of one temple. Not a big deal in one sense. You understand? So could be Daiva also. But apart from that, if you are sincerely serving Guru and Guru Parampara, maybe Lord will also empower you. Certain things which are not there in your Daiva, He may award you because you are doing well. So why not? Isn't it? Lord has His mission of propagating and you are wonderfully tuning in. So then He may empower you with some things which are not there in your Daiva. So He can. That's how Prabhupada also know that one brahmachari showed his hand to palmist or somebody and said, oh, you will get married in future and you'll have two children. So he became morose. When Prabhupada saw him, he said, what happened? He was not telling. Then Prabhupada said, tell me what happened. Said, one palmist, I showed my hand and he's saying, it is written in my hand lines that I will get married, I will have two children. Prabhupada said, just don't worry. In Kirtan, you just clap hands. When you clap hands, all the lines on your hands will change. You don't have to marry throughout life. And he was at Hari Bol. He was very happy. He was, Are lines? And you may take a photo of your hand lines and you can take that, I don't know, screen photo, what they call, X-ray photo or whatever. And after 10 years of clapping hands in the kirtan, you may again take photo and see, hey, lines have not changed. Ye kya hai? What is Prabhupada? No, the internal lines will change. You will not marry. You don't have to marry. I heard one person went to palmist or somebody and he said, how are you alive? And he was what, क्या हुआ? बोले आपको तो 2.5 साल पहले ही मर जाना चाहिए था. तो फिर how am I alive? What happened? That person got, because one of your sons has become brahmachari. So that's why God has given you grace. It's 2.5. You were supposed to die 2.5 years back only. So then he told his son, अरे continue in the brahmacharya ashram. ना अच्छा है, जीते रहो और जताते रहो, क्या कहते हैं, जीने दो, जियो और जीने दो, तुम उधर ठीक हो, like that. So I also little bit I remember from my childhood, my father was supposed to live up to 78 age, but he lived up to 80 or so. The question comes in my mind: is it true that the son becomes brahmachari, father's age increases at least for 2 years minimum? ऐसा कुछ रूल है क्या? मुझे पता नहीं एस्ट्रोलॉजी से, बट आई फील समटाइम्स गुड. हमारे गांव के ही थे वो था, वो होता है ना, वो क्या कहते हैं, वो पत्रिका, पत्री जो होता है ना, पंचांग, कुंडली पत्रिका. तो वो था हम तीनों का, मेरा, मेरे भाई का, पिताजी का. तो जहां तक मुझे स्लाइटली याद है, उनका 78 तक था एज लिखा था, यानी 78 तक जिएंगे. वो तो 80 तक जिए. हो सकता है। आपके पेरेंट्स को ये बताओ, अगर वो क्रोधित हो जाते आपके ओर, बोला ऐसा ऐसा है जो पेरेंट्स, तो पिताजी का 2 साल से इंक्रीमेंट होता है, हाँ बेटे फिर उधर ही रहो आश्रम में, बाहर मत आना, नहीं तो मैं कहीं 2 साल पहले ना मर जाऊं। उल्टा भी। गॉट इट ना? ओके, विल एंड। नो अदर क्वेश्चन। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, शिल प्रभुपाद की, श्री पृथु महाराज की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। So today you allowed extension by 27 minutes. Tomorrow we'll try to end before 27 minutes. This is Daiva prediction. Now Purusharth we have to see. And God's mercy, Krishna's mercy also. That fact, these two factors I am not aware of. I just told you Daiva. है कि नहीं? क्योंकि your misery of suffering through this Bhakti Vaibhav course through me is fixed, na? It cannot be increased and decreased. So today I increased it a bit. So tomorrow it will be decreased. That is Daiva part I am telling. प्रारब्ध, अप्रारब्ध एंड प्रारब्ध, है ना? आपका जो अप्रारब्ध था आज थोड़ा प्रारब्ध बन गया वो 27 मिनट से, तो कल जो प्रारब्ध है वो अप्रारब्ध बन जाएगा। अंडरस्टूड और नॉट? ठीक है, चलो ज्यादा हो रहा है शायद, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी 27 मिनट ज्यादा हुआ है। इसके आगे जो भी हो रहा है वो सब सैचुरेशन के कारण घुस नहीं रहे हैं। तो आप जाके प्रसाद ले लो, सो जाओ, या वो वैष्णव निंदा के बारे में सुनो तो आपको आंखें खुल जाएंगी, क्या बोल रही है। कहीं हमने अपने भक्ति वैभव टीचर के प्रति वैष्णव निंदा तो नहीं की? मैं वैष्णव नहीं हूँ, तो चिंता मत कीजिए। Was it okay? Speed? I did not rush through, ना? हाँ, स्पीड वही है ना? हाँ, क्या? लिटिल बिट फास्ट? No, I am asking as far as justice to syllabus is concerned. Is it okay? My speed will be my speed only. That I am not asking. As far as learning goes, speaking speed will be high only, but it will not be so high because I am not a Shrutidhar. If only I was Shrutidhar, my God, whatever speed we had, 10 times more I would have had. है कि नहीं? यहाँ भी रुकना पड़ता है, क्या है, क्या लिखा है, विस्फुर्जयन्ना जगवम, है कि नहीं? Struggling with pronunciation. So speed reduces. If only I was Shrutidhar, all this is memorized. फिर तो क्या बुक ही नहीं लेके आता था, and फिर 10 times more speed, है ना? Yes or not? Now I'm getting stuck, no? Wrongly pronouncing, then correcting, and again correctly pronouncing. You can, you can cope up, na? Yeah, with this speed you will be. Krishna has blessed you by cursing me to not be a Shrutidhar. If you were Shrutidhar, you would have been saying, "Prabhu ji, quickly, quickly, क्या कितना slow कर रहे हैं आप? क्या है ये? You are not even able to pronounce properly." हम आपको, आप रुक जाओ, हम आपको बताते हैं बिना किताब खोले क्या है वो श्लोक। या आप आने के पहले ही हम सब श्लोक एक साथ बोल देंगे 2 मिनट में, क्योंकि सबके कंटेस्ट हैं। फॉर्चुनेटली यू आर ऑल्सो नॉट श्रुतिधर। चलिए, आर यू रेडी फॉर वैष्णव निंदा? मीन्स अवॉइडिंग वैष्णव निंदा बाय अटेंडिंग दैट ब्रह्मचर्य क्लास। हाउ मेनी आर गोइंग फॉर दैट? Good. Otherwise, Saturday, Sunday, everything will be covered. 6 hours, 12 hours totally. You might have attended already. No. He has conducted 5 times, it seems. Not here. Bangalore, here, there. And once you do anywhere, then then who will hear again? The Shubhodini you take.